Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, and we're ready to talk some Flash spoilers. Oh, let me put the mic. Let me put the spoiler banner up. We got people in the chat already. I'll be posting a link shortly, guys. Let me just get some show notes out of the way, and let's get this banner going because I don't want to get in trouble here. Banner spoilers. There we go. That's good. All right. Before we actually, let me take the banner off for a second. Before we get going, we're gonna just do a quick tribute here to John Romita Sr. I did not stream. I didn't stream the day that he passed. Like this week, there was some scheduling conflicts. So I'll just put up a graphic here really quick. I mean, to a lot of people, he is pretty much. I know Ditko created the character and all that stuff, but I think John Romita Sr. played a huge role in shaping the Spider-Man that I kind of know. Obviously, I wasn't there to get the first few issues of Spider-Man. That, obviously I didn't get any of those. And even when I started, like actually getting Spider-Man consistently, it wouldn't have been John Romita. But I love the newspaper strips, which he did. And I'm not sure if he did them all. He may have done them all. I'm not 100%, but they're amazing. Obviously, great artists. We've lost a lot of these like Mount Rushmore kind of artists recently, so it's been pretty crazy. But so thank you, John, man. Like your comics are going to live on, not just Spider-Man, but just anything. His Vulture. There's a famous Vulture picture that he did, and that Vulture picture was in my cubicle, on my cubicle wall at my job, and it's kind of followed me around. In fact, I was actually thinking of having it printed out as a larger poster. It's not actually a cover, it's from an interior page. I don't remember the Vulture issue now, but it's absolutely amazing. So so that's that. Also, something I guess more positive, it is the 40th anniversary of Superman 3. I'm wearing my Superman shirt today. My good friend Steven and Sean and Owen from the Action Elite were all just at my house. They just left maybe about half an hour ago. Sean's going to be late coming to the stream. He's probably on the road. Steve's already, I see Steve's backstage, so he'll be on. Today is Superman 3 40th anniversary. I had a big party at my house to celebrate Superman 3. We had, pizza, pop, chips, watched some Max Fleischer cartoons. We watched some Superboy shows. And of course, we watched Superman 3 on 4K. So 40 years of Superman 3. Thank you. And one final thank you to John Romita Sr., man. You're awesome. Love your, you will be missed. And it sucks. We've lost so many people this year, and even just recently too. But anyway, all right. Okay, so we got sort of that kind of unpleasant stuff out of the way. Spoilers are in effect now. I will put the banner up. Spoilers are in effect. Let's say hello to everybody. We've got FKHC 2005. How's it going, man? Thank you so much for popping in. Andrew, hey, how's it going, man? I will be putting a link up shortly. Could not be reached. Thank you so much for coming in here. Pat S. How's it going, man? Pat, how's it going, brother? And James, thanks. Hey, James, thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Well, let's bring in my first, my one of my regulars here. Where's his intro? All right. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man. Thanks again for today. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. I had a lot of fun today. Clobberin Times is here. Clobby didn't like Flash or Superman 3, but we're still going to be his friend because this Monday he's going to be on my channel talking about Legion of Superheroes. I haven't read the issues yet. I'm going to read them tomorrow. I've been super busy today planning the Superman 3 party. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to look at that this Monday. So I'm looking forward to reading those comics. So that's going to be great. And okay, so I know that there's going to be a lot of people. I don't know what's going on with the Flash movie. I feel like this is people are liking it. I don't think anyone's loving it. I think either they're liking it or they're just hating it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really there. I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it because there's a lot of flaws, which we're going to get to the flaws. But for me, and I will explain this probably several times during this stream, I'm basing everything off of the heart that I feel that the filmmakers did and what I personally like. And it is spoilers are on the talk. Happy Super Prior Day, yes.
If you're going to put a comedic character in there, at least have one of the legends.
Right. I agree with you, Steve. I agree with you on that one. All right. So make sure you guys stay on the stream. And because I'll put a StreamYard link, open it up on a new tab. Because I still need, I don't know what's going on of course, J-Man liked it a lot. Hey, Truth, I saw your review, buddy. Don't try to pull your fast ones. You liked it too. And don't backtrack. I've seen you backtrack before. I recorded it. I was like, Truth liked this movie. I'm gonna hold you to it, buddy. Don't back out on me. I'm gonna put a link up. So open it in a new tab because I've been realizing that the views, because I'm in progress right now to try to get my channel officially kind of recognized now. So, and I don't want to lose, because I actually end up losing views this way. And I want to make sure that you guys can come in and chat with me. I don't want to take that away, but I actually lose views. So I'd really appreciate if you would open the StreamYard link in a new tab and leave the stream running in the other tab. It really helps me out. It helps the algorithm. So YouTube's bullshit. Like they kept rejecting me for bullshit stuff. I finally filled out everything I had to fill out. So hopefully we can continue on. Have one of the legends and don't humiliate him. All right. So so first off, I'm just going to say right off the bat, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. Clobberin already said I'm an idiot. That's fine. He said I'm on Earth B. And I'm going to we'll go through it. Steve, did you say you were 7 out of 10 or 7.5 somewhere?
7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. The poll is up and it's not looking good. Most people are, 56% are 2 out of 5. So a lot of people didn't like this movie. Mm-hmm. And Andrew gave it 8 out of 10. Oh, there you go, buddy. Oh, wow. Andrew, we're on the same page. Wow. That's crazy. Run. I know. I know. I mean, yeah, that's hilarious. All right. So, I think we're good. Let's get it going here. Let me get the link up. Truth gave it 7.5. All right. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm not, and I explained in my video, and this isn't just, Christopher Reeve is in it, so J-Man's going to automatically give it a pass. I did not. I nicked it for many errors. And we're going to talk about the CGI. The director has explained the CGI, and that's fine, but it didn't look very good. To me, it's the same as the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
I understand the Spider-Verse. That is the style of animation and the character designs that they went for in the Spider-Verse, but I do not like the look of it. Yep. Same with the Flash. I understand in the Speed Force, things appear distorted. That's fine that the director went with that angle. It doesn't look good to me. I would prefer it look normal in the Flash. So I don't think the Flash looks very good. But I don't think Spider-Verse, because I said I didn't think the Flash effects looked that good. And people were like, yeah, we're with you. And then I said, well, I don't think Spider-Verse looks very good to me either. Oh, you suck, boo, boo, boo. No. I'm consistent. I don't like the Spider-Verse look. It's very choppy. I know that's the style. I know everybody looks different. They've got their thing. Listen, I'm telling you, I didn't like the way Spider-Verse looked, and I didn't like the way Flash looked. That's it.
Nope. And
some people like one and not the other. I'm okay. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. All right, so let's get the link up. All right, guys, so link's coming up in the chat. I'm going to pin it. So please remember to open up a new tab to join me and leave the stream running and just turn the volume down on the stream. I appreciate that. Let me pin it to the top here. All right. Okay, so while we're waiting, I'm going to say what I think is the positives. I know, Clobber, you gave it 3 out of 10. Oh, no, what did you give? Sorry. The flush. But I was just, I was with I know. No. Okay, I got to explain to you why I liked it. Actually, Andrew's already backstage. Let's bring him in. Let's give him the fancy pants.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hey, how's it going, Andrew?
Very funny.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you the main reason why I liked it. Firstly, I liked the movie anyway. Just as a movie, I liked it. Now, what brought it to another level is this. And this would not have been true 20 years ago, but I have to address it today. In the upcoming Indiana Jones 5 movie, and even some of the Transformers movie, and even the X-Men films, they always have to make fun of the property that they're doing. Indiana Jones is running around and Phoebe Waller-Bridge says, oh, you stole from the natives or whatever, right? And I'm like, why are you making fun of the character? These new filmmakers always have to distance themselves. They have to be like, no. This is a silly movie. They make fun of it. Like with yellow spandex, like Wolverine is in a suit. And then Cyclops says, Cyclops like, well, what do you want, yellow spandex? I'm like, why are you making fun of the Wolverine comic book character? This movie did not do that. But not only that, having the cameos at the end, spoilers are in effect, having the George Reeves cameo, having the Christopher. Yeah, I like that. Look, it's the multiverse, and people say, oh, it's just fan service. But let me explain something to you. There's different kinds of fan service because they could have easily shown Batwoman or Gotham Knights, right? Or Blue Beetle.
Terrible shows?
Right. And those are all current shows that are on now. Blue Beetle's an upcoming film. They could have shown all of that. One second, Andrew. They could have shown all of that, but they didn't. They showed you the classic stuff. Okay? They showed you George Reeves. Just let that sink in for a second. Somebody sat there in a round table or whatever, and they're all talking, well, we're making this Flash movie. Well, we should show the multiverse. Sure, that's popular. Let's show multiverse. Flash is always doing multiverse stuff, past and present, running in the future. Let's show some cameos. And someone said, let's show George Reeves. Showing George Reeves actually doesn't help the movie anyway, because if he wasn't in it, it wouldn't matter. But having him in it means that the people cared enough to actually, in black and white. The reason they showed him in black and white is that that's what people think it is. I know he was mostly in color. The show was only in black and white for 2 seasons, then it was in color. So he's mostly in color. Yeah. But they did that to let people know that's the first Superman, which I actually think was cool because they showed it in black and white to show people, hey, this was the original. They don't get any brownie points for doing that. That means that someone cared enough to do it. They showed Helen Slater teaming up with Superman, with Chris Reeve.
That's crazy.
We always wanted to see this, right? I know if they care, where was Kirk Allen? The thing is, yeah, I know they can't show everybody. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Grant Gustin?
Like, then they're gonna say, I want to see everybody. And they had a list of people. Arkham's already. Let me bring Arkham.
You know what's hilarious is they did actually show Teddy Sears as the Flash. And
they did show Teddy Sears. They showed Teddy Sears, as Earth 2 Flash.
That was a bit of a throw.
Right, they didn't show. Hold on, okay, but they didn't show. So I mean, they didn't show Kirk Allen. They didn't show the serials of Batman. They showed Adam West. If you can't show everything there ever was, it's impossible, right? It would be a half an hour of just showing everything.
That would just be like what I like about the Flash movie is
hold on a second, Arkham. Wait, hold on a second, Arkham. I was just finishing my point when you came on. Okay. So they can't show everything. Yeah. Some people they didn't show Linda Carter, who's my favorite. They didn't show her.
They didn't
show Grant Gustin, who really they should have shown because he's a Flash character at least.
Yeah.
They didn't show everybody. But the thing is that they still look who they picked. They picked Helen Slater, Christopher Reeve, Adam West, George Reeves. They picked the classic people. They didn't pick Batwoman, right? Like this wasn't some woke thing with like, we're going to show all this bullshit. They actually showed the classic guys that people know and like. I know they didn't show Kirk Allen, but they still thought about it. Think about And they show, but that was part of the Phantom.
Yet they show 3 Ezra Millers.
Well, yeah, because Ezra Miller is the star of it. I mean, you're going to have to show him. They picked legacy characters, right? Guys, remember, okay, everyone's looking at this is that they didn't show this.
Yeah,
But you have to look at what did they show.
It's like a checklist.
Yeah, because like then you're going to say, well, they didn't show the guy I liked. I know, but guys, they showed the legacy characters that were the big ones that were popular for a generation. Kirk Allen, nobody knows who that is, right? So the other thing is that they didn't have to show any of them. They could have not shown. They could have just said, "Oh, there's multiverses," and not shown anything, right? They could have just not shown anything. But the fact that they wanted to show something, that's pretty cool. We have to give them points. This new Indiana Jones movie, they're making fun of Indiana Jones, and they were going to erase him, right? So I know that. Yes.
Yeah, that was what
that was what they did. They had to reshoot it all. So I'm not saying that automatically makes the movie good, but what I'm saying is that the director actually cared enough to try to pick legacy characters.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
No, Linda Carter got cut. Could not be reached.
Even Marlon Brando and Cesar Romero.
Yeah. I think a few people got cut. Like, I agree.
A lot of people got cut. Cesar Romero got cut. Who else got cut? But remember, the only people that should not have been cut was Flash characters because it is a Flash movie, right?
I mean, John Wesley Shipp and Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had Teddy. They showed Teddy who was Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, look. Nobody, like, you have to be from a certain era to appreciate how funny that was.
This I like.
That was funny.
As soon as a giant spider came out, I was like, oh my God, they're really going to do this? That's crazy.
So Ezra Flash did not in any way act as a hero, didn't change the past. I'm not going to. No, he did. He saved a lot of people. He inspired Supergirl to help join the fight.
He gave Keaton Batman a sense of purpose in life.
Yeah, he gave him a sense of purpose. And also he says to him, he goes, Flash, why don't you just leave? He's like, why do you want to save this universe? He's like, well, because my mom was here. And Supergirl says, why did you help me when it wasn't the guy? I wasn't Clark. He's like, well, you needed help. Flash saved a lot of people in this. I don't know, guys.
He just reset the timeline, fixed everything.
Plus he saved 7 or 8 babies in the beginning, which is pretty funny. Come on. I don't think this movie was terrible. I had a lot of fun watching it.
I really liked it. Like I didn't think it was a bad movie. Like, I don't understand why people expected like 50 or more cameos. Like this movie is not like the one thing I hate when people go into a movie is, oh, this should be cameo focused. It should never.
Yeah,
a movie should never be cameo focused. The most important thing in a movie is the plot itself. Mm-hmm. Like it's cool.
No, it was Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne.
I'm fine what they showed within the multiverse, certain Earths and stuff like that. Like, I was fine with that, but I never expected they're going to show everything. You can't show everything. It's impossible. If you show everything, then you would have to make it 3 hours.
Yeah. So let me address this. So Phantom, when they made this movie ages ago, they didn't know that it wasn't going to be a sequel, right? So this movie was about clearing his father. This was Flashpoint mixed with clearing the father's name. So by the end of the movie, his father's cleared because they were able to obtain evidence to show that he didn't do it. The next movie was going to be Reverse Flash.
And
unfortunately, there is no next movie, so it's a little bit of a waste.
But actually, Andy did come out today saying that it was Reverse Flash that killed her.
No, it is Reverse Flash, but they didn't show him. Nope. So that's a bit of a fail. You should never make a movie
where it's just like a curtains go to show Speedster running out.
I'll be honest with you.
I
already had all that with season 1 of Flash, so I didn't need to see it again.
That's true. That is very true, Steve. You're right. Yeah, like I don't like the idea of making a movie thinking there's going to be a sequel because that sometimes doesn't work out, as we've seen.
I just want to enjoy the movie just to enjoy it, not to set up future sequels.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that too. There's been too much of that. There's been too much of it'll be better in the next movie. It'll be better in the next movie. It'll be better in the next movie.
Yeah,
well, how many movies do I have to watch?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which everyone loves,
it's just been a giant. Here's the next movie. Here's a TV.
One second.
Someone was saying to me, well, which one do I have to see to understand Endgame? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
I don't know, all the 22 before then.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, and not all of those movies were good. Sorry, not sorry. Not all those movies were good, but we suffered through them because we had to see it for the next one. Because we had to see it for the next one.
And listen, I'm okay, as we all know, and Steve, you're like this too. I'm okay with everyone disagreeing with me and thinking the Flash is. Well, I know you guys are liking it, so that's fine. If everyone says the Flash was trash, it doesn't. I'm okay with that.
It doesn't affect me.
It doesn't affect me. Nothing affects me. I've been alone in my opinion for movies, but I'm telling you guys why. I liked Ezra Miller in this movie. I thought he did a good performance on both Flashes. I like Michael Keaton. I like Supergirl in this. I like the action. That was cool. There was an emotional thing at the end. I actually cared about his mom. Which I didn't think I would. And I went into this movie thinking I would hate it because I was like, look, this
I went in with low expectations too.
Yeah, you guys know I don't like the Zack Snyder stuff, so I don't care about Ezra Miller. I don't like him in the Justice League movie. I don't like him in whatever.
I wasn't at that opening scene with Affleck was cool.
Well, I wasn't a fan of him in the DCU, but I like how the director Andy kind of reshaped the character and made him better. To be honest, he's better written. You even see him use a lot of his abilities that you never seen him use before, and I really like that. I agree with the emotional I really like why they use Batman is because both the Flash and Batman have people that they lost, and it gives a more impact why Bruce is Batman and how the emotionalness in the movie impacts you a lot. I really like this movie a lot. I did not think I would like it this much, but I really like it.
Yeah. I mean, the spaghetti thing, that is how I would think Batman would tell that. He literally just went
it made
blah,
me
blah,
think
blah, and if you do this, it's a hot mess. How he explained it.
And
was how I would think Batman would explain that.
When I saw that, it made me think after Flash reset it and showed all the worlds separating, it made me think the Michael Keaton Tim Burton verse went back to his own universe, so his death was not official.
Right, I think so too. Yeah, I'll address this too, but Clobby, that's not what I'm saying. I like the movie anyway. If there was no cameos, I would have given it a 7 out of 10. I still liked it. What I'm saying is that the director loves the. Listen, no director would Kathleen Kennedy put George Reeves? No. What I'm saying is that the director likes the DC characters. He likes it. He put it in because he's not getting points. I'm giving the movie points for enjoyment. Remember, I have my 5 categories. I dinged it for the story because there's some flaws. I dinged it for the pacing because it's a little bit too long. I dinged it heavily for CGI because there's no excuse for poor CGI in 2023.
Yeah.
But I like the characters in it, and I had a lot of fun with the movie. So my enjoyment factor was a perfect score because I had fun watching the movie, and I liked the cameos. And the cameos made me feel that the director likes this, as opposed to I'm just making a movie to get money. And I look again, 20 years ago, maybe that wouldn't have mattered, but it does today. All the Marvel movies are crap. They crap on the characters we love. They make fun of them, right? That's what happened.
No Way Home.
Most of Phase 4 makes fun of the characters and they hate the characters they're working with and call them ists and phobes. I know, but I'm saying most of them, and most of them. And a lot of the DC movies treat everybody like crap. This is the first time where the guy's like, you know what? Let's put George Reeves in. That's cool. Yeah, he didn't have Linda Carter. Linda Carter's my favorite. I have a Linda Carter poster.
In fact, I got to explain. I think
there's Linda Carter right there.
I think the cameos were, in my eyes, a way of honoring the past and future of DC in live action.
I mean, yeah, if they weren't in it, I would still give this a 7 out of 10 because I still liked it. Michael Keaton was awesome. I actually liked this highlight.
Can I say, in my theater, when he walked out in the costume and said, "I'm Batman," my theater clapped.
No, hey, Pat, no, my rating system is story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. For the enjoyment factor, I gave it 2 out of 2 because I super enjoyed it. For the characters, I gave it 2 out of 2 because I liked all the characters. The artistry, I had to ding it. I could only give it a score of 1 because the artistry was bad. The story, the pacing, I gave it a 1.5 because I wasn't bored, but I recognized that it should have been shorter. It was a little bit too long, so I had to ding it. The storyline, I had to ding it a little bit as well because it could have used a better villain. Like we could have had Reverse Flash.
I will admit that.
And the other thing I don't like, I'll tell you this what I don't like in the beginning. I don't like that it's a Batman villain.
Wait,
why weren't they chasing
Batman
Captain
villain?
Cold?
What are you talking about?
They're chasing Falcone. They were chasing Falcone's.
Oh yeah.
So
He didn't even register for me. I didn't even realize it was Falcone.
Yeah, during the Affleck scene, it should have been Captain Cold. It should have been a Flash villain.
Like one of the rogues.
Yeah, he went to Gotham.
He went to Gotham, and I don't want Flash in Gotham doing stuff. I want Flash in Central City fighting his rogues.
I mean, Flash did say he's essentially the Justice League's cleanup crew.
Right.
Yeah, he did say that.
Right. So yeah. Okay. We all know some. Yeah. So. So Phantom, they added it afterwards. But they added classic characters. They didn't add Batman.
The version people no one loved, like Adam West.
They put Adam West. They didn't put Batwoman. They didn't put, like Gotham Knights characters. They didn't put Blue Beetle, who's coming up.
They made Nicolas Cage as Superman in reality.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, guys, I know I'm gonna fight for this one. Usually I don't, but I have to fight for it because I think a lot of people are just going crazy overboard negative.
Yeah,
like, this is fucking trash.
Annoying.
Like, is it really that bad? It's better than almost every Phase 4 movie by far. Easy.
Facts.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
If we're going to get mad at this movie is not going to be a trend. This is an outlier. We have no guarantee any of the movies coming forth are going to be good. If you think this is trash, wait till you see what's coming. There's going to be a point where I'm going to be asking people, why do you even watch comic book movies anymore?
Right. This is a good question. Yeah. So I ding the storyline. So the reason I ding the storyline is there's a few errors. Again, I'm not giving this a 10 out of 10. I'm saying there's problems. And yeah, none of us here have given it 10 out of 10. We're all saying there's problems.
Yeah.
And the story is one of the problems. The pacing and story kind of go a little bit together, but if we separate them, the story has a few dings. Barry should have thought this through better, right? Yeah. But I'm not a super big fan of Flashpoint anyways, in the comics even. Yeah. I'm not a super big Flashpoint guy. I have Flashpoint. I've read it. I thought it was cool. That's it.
And besides, we already had a whole show of Barry finding his mother's killer on the CW.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flashpoint's
we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you have to watch the CW Flash to enjoy this movie, but I'm going to tell you selfishly, I was fine with it because I actually also had a Flashpoint in CW. Now, was it the Flashpoint from the comics? Wasn't even within screaming distance of that Flashpoint, really. Mm-hmm. But I've had everything I wanted from Flash, so this was like a bonus to me. So sitting there watching, I'm like, at least they didn't screw it up mostly. I got 89 Keaton Batman back, which I liked. I thought I would hate Supergirl. She was actually fine. I didn't hate her. And you got these great cameos at the end, and I feel like for once I saw Ezra Miller do a half decent job, which I haven't seen up to this point at all.
And so speaking of Ezra, I've seen people call the younger Ezra with the longer hair annoying as hell.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen people say that.
Oh. I mean, he wasn't my favorite, but he seemed to he seemed to me to be like the typical, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but I felt like he was learning at the end. He made the costume. Right, he made the costume.
An old Batman suit.
Yeah, from the old Batman suit. I mean, at least they were trying to do that, right? So I felt I got what they were trying to do, and it didn't feel like it was coming from a malicious place or a place where, they were looking down on the fans or looking down on the source material. I mean, the bar ain't high these days. I will admit that it ain't high, but.
That's exactly. If this came out 20 years ago, okay, maybe we have different opinions on it. Yeah. But it came out in a time where everyone hates whatever movie they're making. The people who make movies now hate their movie. Like it's like they hate their character they're making. They're like, okay, I'm going to make a Thor movie, but we're going to make fun of Thor. He sucks. We don't like Thor. We're going to make fun of him, and he's going to be a goof.
And we're going to Screaming Goat. We're going to have Christian Bale as the villain.
Yeah, that's dumb. So, again, now you're like, well, this movie sucks. At least this movie didn't do that. Like, Michael Keaton is awesome in it. He explains everything. He's awesome.
I've never seen him this agile.
And
I like the fighting.
Yeah.
During the Russia fight scene, I never seen Keaton this agile before.
He was kicking ass, and I like the way that he actually was the same Batman from '89 because he's like, okay, I'm going to use the vehicles, right? He's like using the vehicles, and he went up and did the little moon thing, which is kind of cool.
Oh, and
but he was tactical. He's like, look, I'm not going to get down and dirty unless I need to get down and dirty, right? He's like, I'm going to stay in my vehicle. It's true. It's like I can't go and down and go hand-to-hand combat with these Kryptonians. I'm going to take out their vehicles, right? So that was like I understood what was happening in the action scene. Like we're watching the action scene. He's like, okay, Supergirl, you got to get in there because you're the only person that has a remote chance to beat Zod. And can I say something else? Check this out. Supergirl lost.
Yeah.
Got her ass kicked. That means that she's not as good as Superman because Superman, whether you like that movie or not, everyone knows I don't like Man of Steel.
At least Henry Cavill stood a chance against him.
Yeah. Yes, I did notice the blue and gray suit. That was awesome. But
yes, I did too.
Yeah. Okay. So look, I don't like Man of Steel. I hate Man of Steel. Everybody knows that. But Superman is the only guy that could take Zod out. I agree. And guess what? They say in the movie, Superman is the only person that can take out General Zod. They found Supergirl. And she lost. That means that they're saying, no, Superman literally is the only person who can take him out. They didn't have Supergirl fly in and say, Clark Kent, that idiot, I'm better than Kal-El, right? Oh. She didn't come in and say, I'm better, or I'm a girl, I'm better. She got her ass kicked.
But
and,
can I say...
one more second, Andrew. She got her ass kicked and died. And I'm like, holy crap. That made me like Supergirl more because I'm like, you know what? She's trying, but she couldn't do it. Man, can you imagine today? They would have, today, this is a movie today. Supergirl would fly in. She's like, Kal-El, you don't need Kal-El. Kal-El's a baby. He's nothing. I'm here to protect Kal-El. I'll fight. And then she flies in, beats up Zod easier than what Superman would have done in Man of Steel and win. That's what I thought was going to happen. Steve, did you think that was going to happen?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
of course.
I saw it on the CW Supergirl. Supergirl was way better than Superman. On that show.
Yeah,
on that show.
I can always keep getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So even if she lost after a rewrite, it doesn't matter. I can only review what I watched. I can't review what was before. It's like people say, oh, this deleted scene. Like I can't review a deleted scene. It's not in the movie. Go ahead, Andrew.
I will say a funny thing is between like Supergirl and Batman dying, they made Batman's death more emotional and sad.
Well, because he was the one who was with Barry from the beginning there, and Batman and Barry have a relationship. Plus, Michael Keaton has a relationship to us, whereas Supergirl's new. We don't really know her.
Hell, so when he's laying in his arms, we can't bring you back, can we? You already did.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Come on. That was awesome. Like, I don't know. Bring Christian Bale, I know. But see, I don't like Christian Bale.
That actually reminds me. What did you all think at the end after we reset the timeline and we saw George Clooney?
That was cool.
I think that was cool.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Like it just confirms that he's in another timeline, but it doesn't confirm it's a like I think some people got confused with the ending. I do understand the confusion because some people thought they were actually going to show the DCEU Batman, but I don't think that was ever gonna happen.
No. So go ahead.
Go ahead, Arkham.
I thought it was cool. It just tells you that there's multiple universes. This is a reset timeline, and Ezra's Flash is in that timeline, and the DCU takes place in a different universe.
It's in the Joel Schumacher verse.
Well, I mean, the thing is that George Clooney's taken the most grief of anyone who's ever played Batman.
Yeah, he decided to come to film this. Anyone.
So I was glad they brought him back.
That was cool.
You know what? That would look for him to come back. What a good sport. Yeah. He has been bashed, and I like Batman and Robin. He has been bashed his whole ever since that moment. He's been bashed as though he wrote the script or something. Like George Clooney wrote the script and then acted badly, and Joel Schumacher kept it. Like if he was acting badly, Joel Schumacher should have said, "Listen, buddy, you're not doing great. You got to redo this." He's Beetlejuice now.
Seriously?
I did really like the fighting, like
Yep.
Andy as a director, the choreography and stuff like that. That
Is
does
it me
get
or
me.
can Andy handle Batman's fight scenes?
That does get me
They
very.
look cool.
That does get me very excited because he's gonna be the director of the new Batman
And one
film.
Yeah, he
another
is.
thing I
Batman,
liked about
Brave and the Bold.
I don't care what people say. Like, I don't care. I think he will do a great job.
and
So where
I
does
thought it
this-
was funny that every time Keaton showed up on screen, they cued the Danny Elfman theme.
Well, yeah, that's what we
Yes.
wanted to hear. What were you gonna say, Steve?
So where does this leave the Batman?
The Batman.
You mean the Pattinson?
Like part 2?
Yeah.
Part 2. I don't know. That's got everything's getting shifted and delayed. So I don't know.
Well, that's still Matt Reeves's thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's its own
Guys,
standalone
Gunn
thing.
said that's in Elseworlds.
Yeah,
Elseworlds
I did
type
hear
of
that.
thing. Elseworlds type
Elseworlds.
of thing.
I don't know why you didn't like Ezra Miller. I liked Ezra Miller in this. I thought he did good.
I think he did better than usually like his other.
Yeah.
He was playing 2 characters, and I could tell the difference between them.
Yeah.
And fun fact, actually, I saw a photo recently where they actually had like another person play the younger Barry, and they just put Ezra Miller's face on him.
Well, yeah, I don't know, like he would have had to have redone the dialogue, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, when you're playing the 2 roles, it's like you're gonna have to like either just film the scene twice,
or just get someone to wear the long hair.
They usually have to have someone stand. They usually need an actor to stand there because the guy has to play off of somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's tough if you're just like, "Hey, J-Man, how are you?" And then it's like there's no one there, so like they put someone there so you could talk.
A stand-in,
and then they could do it. They could do it after.
Yeah, like I think in post they do.
Yeah, my thing with Supergirl is like, look, let's take the 2 actors. So Henry and Sasha. Henry, if they're both Kryptonians and they have the same, they don't have the same strength. They're both superhuman, but Superman is a big, strong man. She's a small teenage girl. He should be able to beat her up. Like Non was bigger and should be a bit stronger than Superman, but Non was dumb. That's why Zod was a good match. See, Feora or Ursa in old Superman, they could not beat Superman because they're smaller women. It doesn't matter if they absorb the same amount. He should be able to beat them, right? But that's why Zod was the match, because Non was too dumb. He could just outsmart him. Zod was pretty smart, so that was a good match between those 2 guys.
And also, when you compare the 2,
I don't have any kids.
When you compare the 2 Zod fights in Man of Steel, Kara did it with like so much anger. She wasn't thinking straight. Stuart Cavill was actually thinking of a plan and trying to like actually outsmart Zod. With her, she was just all rah, punch.
Yeah, so she's been buried in that tomb. I mean, I guess like what? I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but let's say she's 20 years old or something, right? So she's stuck there she was a teen when she left. Yeah. So however long the traveling process would have been, she's been there for years.
I had the impression she was there for a decade.
Okay, so she's been there a long time. I don't think they said a number, but a long time.
So, felt like.
So when she came out, she's not going to be ready to go. Like they made her vulnerable and she gets killed. So the thing is like, this isn't a woke fiasco. It's like they're trying to make a movie. Now you cannot like the movie just because it's not a woke thing doesn't mean it's good. Right.
Right.
But it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad either. It just means it is what it is. So,
I will say when they're in the scene in the Batcave, I did like the address the 89 movie with the Joker's laughing back.
yeah, everyone loved that. Yeah.
My theater really liked it.
Yeah.
Mine did too. In fact, I said this already. When Keaton walked out in the bat suit and said, "I'm Batman," they all started clapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. They clapped on Christopher Reeve big time.
And on Nicolas Cage.
They clapped on Nicolas Cage too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people clapped in my theater as well.
Yeah, they clapped. There's big clapping. So, look, we'll see what happens here. And the other thing too, it's like I know I'm kind of like, you know, having a discussion with everybody, mostly in the chat, but I hate Man of Steel. I hate Zack Snyder's Justice League. I hate BVS, but I like this one. I don't know. It's just what it is. This is who I am. I've explained why I don't like any of these other ones. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? I explained why I didn't like any of the Zack Snyder films 100 million times. I liked this one. So when I see
wearing a Christopher Reeve logo.
Yeah, well, because it was Superman 3 day today, so I was wearing.
For accomplishment, you did like the movie.
So yeah, I'm not, and everybody knows, like, I am not biased. Like, you cannot win me over. I like it or I don't. You cannot, and yeah, Arkham, you're laughing. I know I can hear you laughing because you can't win. I'd hated Man of Steel. No one's convincing me. It's impossible. I like this movie. No one's convincing me it's not good. I don't care. If everyone thinks it's shit and I'm by myself, I'll live in my own Flash bubble with you guys, I guess.
I will say, out of all the actors in the Snyderverse, the only one I ever seemed to enjoy was Henry Cavill.
Right. I don't have any problems with Henry Cavill. I actually don't have problems with any of the actors, but I don't think they were given good material. But I actually think Flash was pretty good. And again, it's not perfect. Someone said it. I think Clobby said it. This isn't exactly Barry Allen. So that's another problem.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's all part of the the stories, the characterizations. It's not Barry, but it wasn't Barry when he was cast, and that's who we're stuck with because of, you know, well, of course, Superman 3 is better than the Flash. Everybody knows that. That's obvious. You don't need to say that one here. Let me give you the Christopher Reeve seal. Where's my Christopher Reeve thing? Oh no, it's here. But Flash is better than Zack Snyder. Of course it is, because it still has a lot of fun in it, and he's saving people.
It's more well written. Like,
they tried to do something, right?
Like,
so
like, I don't hate everything that they see, but I feel like Andy gave the writing material is more better. Like, it's just better. Like, in the Flash, like how they write the movie, in my opinion, is a lot better of the characterization of the Flash.
Right. Yep. And I'll say this to Pat. He's in the Fortress of Solitude. He can do things. He can create illusions. He can create things in the Fortress of Solitude.
He can create holograms.
Okay, hold on a second. Hey, Pat, I'm gonna call you out of it. Okay. You've read Pre-Crisis Superman, right? The guy can do anything. As you know, every Monday, plug for my channel, every Monday, Clobberin Times, me and Sean are going through the Legion of Superheroes. And you guys have been with me when I'm reading Superboy comics on my streams. Superboy creates stuff out of he creates weird things. Everyone's pissed off at this thing, but Superboy creates like a magnet out of a train and wire, and you're like, okay, like, guys, they make weird stuff it's all fantasy. It's all fantasy. I don't see this as being as weird as half the stuff that Superman does in those weird comics.
It's just your own idea that you make into fantasy. Like, a lot of it's pretty cool in the comics. Like,
it's all for fun. I like Hudson Hawk. Steve, you like Hudson Hawk, right? Or no?
No.
Oh, you don't? I thought you liked that movie.
No.
Okay. I saw Hudson Hawk, and I thought it was not too bad. And then everybody I know said it was so garbage, and I thought maybe it is garbage. So then I never watched it again because I thought I'll leave my memory of me thinking it was okay. I'm going to watch it again to give my final answer on this one.
Listen, J-Man, if you watch Hudson Hawk and you 180 and you give me the MR challenge, then I will rewatch it.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to watch it again. And if I think it's really good, Steve, I will let you know. If I think it's crap, then we won't have this conversation. I'll just say it's crap.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm my own person. Like, again, love Wonder Woman. Love Wonder Woman 84. Love The Flash. Love Batman and Robin. Hate Zack Snyder's Justice League. Oh no. Right? Hate Man of Steel. Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
Hate BVS. Oh no. Oh my god. Right? Love Highlander 2. Don't care. Love Highlander 2.
I like Spider-Man 3.
I like Spider-Man 3 also. Oh no. Losing my mind. Clobby does not like Hudson Hawk. was Cannon and Snyder ever? You want to hear the hottest take of all time? I like the Josh Whedon Justice League way better than Zack Snyder Justice League. Way better, like not a little bit better. I watched Justice League about a month ago, and I was like, wow, I kind of like this movie. Oh no,
J-Man.
Oh no.
Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
There is one thing I liked in the Schneider cut that the Wii one didn't give me, is that they made the Superman fight scenes seem awesome. They made the Superman fight scenes in the Snyder cut awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when he flies in the air and taking with the music. It was, in my opinion, badass.
I love Highlander 2. He's joking. He knows I love Highlander 2, and I love it.
Well, you showed it to me, but you showed me the Renegade cut.
No, the Renegade cut is very good. So hold on. I know we're joking around, but I'm not joking. I love Highlander 2. But the Renegade version's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's really neat because they're being exiled to different time.
Yeah.
In the original Highlander 2, they're saying they're from a different planet. So people thought that was weird, right? They're like, why are they aliens? This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's not what they wanted. And finally, they got to do the proper cut where they're being exiled to different times. So they get exiled into the very, very, very past. And then that's how they're able to meet up again and like let them fight it out in the past. And then Highlander 2 goes to the future where the Earth has been destroyed and they've got that energy field around the Earth's like ozone layer. It's kind of cool. And there's like, I thought, and plus, man, Michael Ironside is the villain and he's awesome. He's like just
owns the villain role. I don't know. He's like one of those eternal villains that, you know, it's hard, even if the movie is whatever.
How can you guys like all those?
You know, it's
because it was fun.
It's funny, Andrew. When
got crappy CGI and
we came out of the
weird jokes.
J-Man was pretty positive about it,
and
I think you know one of the things was the silhouette.
It won't look like ass.
Yeah, like because the CGI. Okay, so let's talk about some of the negatives.
Batman was.
What did you guys think?
Jokes.
One second. What did you guys think of the CGI? So let me explain in case if people haven't seen it. It's only when Flash enters the Speed Force or uses his powers.
Yeah.
So when Flash uses his powers, the CGI looks like really bad, like crazy
I don't really
bad.
care, to be honest.
Now, but you just said it. You just said Justice League had bad CGI.
Well, that's different.
No, that's not fair. I said Justice League has bad CGI too, and so does this movie. It's the same guy who did the mustache removal. I'm telling you, it looks just as bad. But anyways,
I'll never forgive him for that.
So in the Flash, now here's what the director said. He said, in the Speed Force, things are distorted, and they look a little bit weird.
Nope.
I'm not. That sounds like a bit of an excuse for bad CGI, but I'm not sure. Okay. I also do not think that Spider-Verse looks good either. I don't like the choppy animation.
Really?
I don't like the
Spider-Verse.
No.
I don't like the way it looks. And I'm consistent. I also don't like the way the Flash looked in the Speed Force. When he wasn't doing the Speed Force, everything looked okay. Yeah. So maybe the director's not lying and he's saying, right?
I figured that's what it was, J-Man. But like,
I still don't like it.
It doesn't look good. Like it looks amateurish, and
looks bad.
It's if you wanted to make it distorted, you had to make it more evidently distorted.
I agree with that.
Instead of whatever that was, which just made it look like it was a 90s like video game. It just
looks like PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? Because he's saving those babies in the beginning. I'm like, guys, I'm not joking around with this. I thought some of them were dolls.
I thought they were dolls too. I thought they were dolls too.
Yeah, when the babies fell out, I was like, oh, are these dolls? And I'm like, I was like, oh, are these dolls? I'm like, but no, they were babies. Look, that's a fail. I know the director is saying, okay, let's say the director really wanted that. And like Steve, I agree with you. If he wanted to be distorted, they should be like really look weird, right? But when he saw, maybe he wanted that, but when he saw when he started to see like the assembled, he starts to see, he's like, ooh, this looks bad.
Yeah.
He should have backtracked on that.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't ruin it for me. It doesn't ruin the movie because I still give it 8 out of 10, and you still give it 7.5. But I have to talk. I gave it 8 out of 10. I still have to complain about the stuff that was weird. That was really bad. It took me out of the movie in the first like 15 minutes. That's okay. That's fine. It took me out. I got back in, and I rationalized to my head. I thought, oh, maybe this is because he's in the Speed Force.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah.
But I was like, this looks weird. So I can't give it a pass. We have to say what's next. Because it's 2023. Some guy on his computer at home is going to go and make it look better tomorrow. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when Luke came in Mandalorian? Everyone thought it looked a bit weird. And then literally the next day, some guy on YouTube fixed Luke Skywalker's face and it looked a lot better. It's just like some nerd on his computer. So the effects were bad. It didn't take me out of the movie, but I'm just saying it didn't look good. Go ahead, Andrew. You've been wanting to say something.
I will say the way the Speed Force was showing how it showed like the different events of his life from his perspective, I thought that was kind of cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, and the way that when he phased and they did the molecules and it's like and it kind of like goes through or whatever, that's cool. But the CGI, so Joe is saying, perhaps they didn't want to clean it up, and they're like, you know what, too bad.
That could listen. If it's the director thing, it's bad. If it's the money, it's bad. However you want to cut it, it's bad. It's bad.
It's bad. Listen. I just told this to my good friend Kanapi Reach, who's a personal friend outside of the stream. I just said to him, I said, listen, if it's bad, it's bad. Like, I'm not going to just make up stuff just to make it up, right? To be like, oh no, I'm with this or I'm against it. Listen, I'm going to call it out. I gave it 8 out of 10. I gave it a positive review. I'm buying it on 4K. I'm going to watch it again. I can't wait. Right? I bought some of the toys. I bought the Supergirl toy, right? So
really? Wow.
I'm going to watch this.
Since this was supposed to be like the DC, can you see
that's Josh, right? We love Josh.
Can you shouted it too?
See Sasha Calle being the spitting image of Henry Cavill's Superman cousin.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I love this Supergirl.
Well,
and I walked in saying, hashtag it's not, Steven knows this. Behind the scenes, I didn't post this because I didn't want to get canceled. Behind the scenes, I said, this is not my Supergirl. This is not the real Supergirl. It's shit. I thought this costume, I was like, I don't like her hair.
Yeah.
I don't like anything.
I like short hair girls.
Well, that's fine, but I don't. I was like, this is
what?
I was like, well, she looked okay. I bought the toy, so we know I turned around.
Pretty good.
That is true. But anyways, I was like, this is bullshit. But the explanation of the multiverse and saying that there's different actors playing different Batmans, then I have to say that means that there's a universe where she has the darker hair, she has the shorter hair, and that's Kara. So I accepted that as the explanation. And I said, okay, but I still don't like this so I don't care. I don't like her. But then I saw her and I felt bad. I thought, man, I feel bad for this girl.
You regret everything you said about her.
And then Flash is like, he saves her. He's like, well, we got to take her with him. We've got to take her. And she comes out and she's like, well, I don't like humanity. But here's the 2 things that got me. Number 1, she's like, I don't like humanity. I said, right, because they imprisoned you. But then she flew over and she saw General Zod fucking killing everybody. And she's like, you know what? This is wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that these humans
is never the answer.
This is not the answer. Exactly, Andrew. This is not the answer. So I like that because that means inherently she's still good. And then Flash and Spider, she's like, why did you save me when I wasn't the person you wanted? And he's like, well, you needed help. And she's like, okay. So she sees these people have good in them. And then she decides to be good and help fight. And then she still loses. Her getting her ass kicked and dying made me like her more.
Because she's a
vulnerable character. And I thought, because here, I literally thought, I promise you, I really thought that she was going to show up and be like, I'm better than Superman.
Yeah.
You men are stupid. I'm a girl. I can kick ass.
I really doubt they'll actually say those words.
None of that happened.
Well, not in so many words, but like just how she comes across.
Like, she didn't come out saying, you guys are all trash and I'm better and blah, blah, blah. So I liked her. So and then I went back and watched. The actress seems very Sasha. I can't pronounce her last name.
Sasha Calle.
No, it's not. That's not how you pronounce it. It's a
Well,
different.
that's how I heard everyone else say it.
It's not. That's how it's spoken, but it's. She. I don't know. She's got. It's like my real last name is. Nobody can pronounce my real last name. It has a lot of ticks and things. I don't even know where all the ticks go on my own name. I've got like every letter has like a little upside down thingy. I've got a check mark on one and an upside down V on another. I don't even know. I don't think my mom knows. I asked my mom like, where are all these? She's like, I don't know. So I've got a weird Croatian name. That's why it's J-Man.
I will say this, even though it's not going to happen, I can see, in my head, I could see Sasha Calle in the same screen with Henry Cavill.
It's not going to happen.
Said even though it's not, I said in my head, I can.
You can see it, yeah.
This is my opinion on the CGI. It's like
it's bad.
I agree. The Speed Force thing. I could see what he meant by distorted, but like, to be honest, I'm not defending what he's. It's just I don't care for CGI.
Me neither.
Yeah. Look, no. Steve made an excellent point. If you're going to distort something to say that in this reality it looks weird, it has to be like.
It has to be obvious.
It has to be. It can't just be like because I'm like this looks. It looked like they were trying to make it realistic, but they just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. Like, for example, even in Spider-Verse, let's take that since I said I didn't like that. But in Spider-Verse, no. You know what's a good example? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. When they're going through the multiverses, they're like, oh, like they're being all, so you're like, okay, I get it. This is warped, right? Like, it's like their molecules are being weird. And so that made me understand that, I see they're traveling and being like torn into each other and they're mixing up and it's like all weird. Okay, that visually, whether you like that movie or not, I like that movie, but whether you like that movie or not, it understands. Yeah, Steve, you're right. If you're going to do something like that, it has to look really weird. But you know what? They didn't want to do that because then that might be too hard to understand what's happening. Yeah. And you lose the performance of the actors, especially in that last part, because the last 15 minutes is in that speed bubble where they're arguing with each other. You don't want to have everything so distorted. But then it just looks like a bad Christopher Reeve CGI, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you. I have to point out the flaws. Look, I'm not the Flash Parade. I like the I like the movie, right? No, I like the movie, but I have to tell you the things that are not good because if I don't, that's not.
I never really had any criticisms with the movie.
Right.
No, I agree with you with the CGI.
Yeah.
I was just saying I'm not like big CGI person. I don't
like CGI anyways. Really, if you can avoid it.
Josh is freaking out.
Josh, I hope. Listen, well, you know I hate Zack Snyder, Josh. So I don't know. I don't know who you're preaching.
This dude is raging right now.
Who's
Josh? Mordecai Rain is Josh, I believe. I could be wrong. What's your picture there? Is that Spider-Verse?
Yeah, that is Spider-Verse.
I'm gonna call it Spider Perverse. How's that? Spider Perverse. I don't know. I'm just being stupid. I don't.
Actually, that was
Miguel
O'Hara. 2099.
You kind of dug the phasing effects.
Yeah, the phasing effects were okay.
Yes, I like those. Yeah, Josh didn't like this movie. I'm sensing.
What the hell?
Booty shots, Wonder Woman, Supergirl in this movie. There was a Wonder Woman
booty shot. Yeah,
booty shot. The theater. The theater stood up and applauded. Everyone did a standing ovation. I'm just joking.
We were very happy to see it.
Yes, I'm not. Oh my gosh, I'm not saying anything. I'll give you this.
I don't know why people are mad when they do that kind of stuff in movies.
Well, listen, I don't know
because we're not supposed to enjoy the female form anymore. Anyhow, guys, I got
yes.
Drop the mic. All right, Steve. Well, we will be back next week for the wrestling talk. I'm not sure when we'll figure it out.
Sounds good.
Bye.
See ya, man.
So the next thing I want to say is, do you think they handled Michael Keaton good?
Yes, I would have liked. I liked Michael Keaton, but there's one point.
Let me guess. You wanted them to explain what he's been up to since the Burton movies?
No, not that. I wondered why Batman would not want to join the Flash right away. Because I would think that Batman. One second. I think that the Michael Keaton Batman would want to save the planet.
Well,
hold on. If he doesn't want to save the planet, then we need to know what happened to lead him to why he wouldn't want to save it.
Well,
so that's a negative point. But hold on, one more thing. Wouldn't it have been fun? Check this out. Wouldn't it have been funny if the Flash sat down, the two Flashes, and they're like, "We need you to join our team. I'm in." Because that would have been the same thing Barry said to Batman in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wouldn't that have been funny? Like Batman says it back to him. He's like, "Oh, I'm in," like right away because he's been waiting to do something. That would have been kind of fun.
Okay, so
go ahead, Andrew. What was your point?
Why he says because he literally said in the movie, Gotham doesn't need Batman anymore because it's one of the safest cities.
Correct.
And he lost Alfred. He lost everyone. He lost Selena and all that.
Yeah, but he's saying but it's still the planet. Like the world's gonna end. I'm not a fan. This is why I didn't like this in Justice League, in either Justice League movie. Not the Joss Whedon or Zack Snyder's. I didn't like this in either movie where they went up to Cyborg and he's like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, okay, well, the world's gonna end. Like this isn't do you want to save that guy who's gonna get run over by a car over there? You're like, well, I don't feel like it. It's like the world's gonna end, so everyone's gonna die. So you have to.
At least Barry mentioning Alfred convinced them.
Yeah, so that's fine. Look, it's a plot contrivance. It's a bit weird. Again, I knocked it in the story. I did knock it for that. There's a few things that are weird. You're like, why is this happening? This doesn't feel like Batman.
I mean, he looked like a bearded hobo.
Yeah, that's weird too. Like, why is he let himself go like that? That's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, it's been 30 years since we last saw him.
Yeah, but he could shave. He's got a mansion. He could shave. There's a few weird things. Like this movie is not perfect. They did a lot of mistakes. The big thing for me was the heart of it. Like I liked Barry and his mother, and I understood why Barry would go back to save her. I understood that, so I like that. I'm sad no Batmobile action scene as well. But we got more.
Yeah, when he took the tarp off and it showed the '89 Batmobile, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, Josh loved it. We know that one. He loved it.
And besides, like, where would even though they wasn't used, like, where would you use it? Because he needed the Batwing for the final fight and for the.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would have been. You would have had to have written a scene in order to use the Batmobile in order for it to have happened. So I'm okay with the Batwing. I thought the Batwing looked really cool. I like how it spun around the.
I do like that. 30 years after his two movies, he got some upgrades.
He got some upgrades, right? Yeah, so he must. So when did he upgrade that? If he's not going to save,
when did he upgrade the Batwing?
Yeah, but if he doesn't want to save people anymore, if he doesn't want to save people and Gotham's okay, why did he upgrade the Batwing then? See, that's what I'm saying. It's weird. There's a couple of weird things in the story.
Yeah, because the last time we saw the Batwing, the Joker shot it down.
I could agree.
Right, like why would he have repaired it if he decided to not that Gotham doesn't need him anymore? I don't know. There's a few. Look, it's not perfect. There's a few weird things in it. It's probably more like a 6 or 7. It's probably like a 7 out of 10. I gave it 8 because overall I enjoyed the cameo parts and I liked the characters. I like both characters.
Did you guys feel they didn't give Keaton enough freedom on his lines? I was thinking he was way more charismatic in '89 and Returns.
It's possible, but the character's been through a lot, so we don't know what he's been through. This is a bit of a problem, but I thought he was good. I like Michael Keaton a lot in this movie. I thought he was very good.
Yeah, did he have a Robin? Did he fight him his Rose Gallery? Because all we know is he fought the Joker, Catwoman, and Penguin.
People also have to understand that this was filmed during the.
Jesus, man, relax a little. Relax.
I don't think they think they're better. They had all the classic characters. They had George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, Helen Slater. Like that's them honoring those guys.
I never seen a dude rage this much before.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't like it. But Josh, you really like. Is it really about the film, or is it because it wasn't Zack Snyder's garbage fest? Because like the Zack Snyder's the one who thinks he's better than
Snyder Cult people.
Hold on. Zack Snyder's the one who thinks he's better than the material because he changed all of it to make it his own thing.
Well, man doesn't even read comics, so his opinion.
Yeah, Zack Snyder doesn't read comics, and Arkham is a little bit.
Tim didn't read comics, and his movies are beloved.
Oh, I read a lot of comics, and
Arkham reads a lot of comics now.
Hey, not every live action movie it has to be every exact little detail.
Right, but J-Man is a savage. I am a savage. No, I'm not. I'm not savage.
You hear me, Mordecai? Not everything has to be every exact little detail. I mean, look at Spider-Man.
If someone's gonna criticize a movie, and say think you're better than source material and you don't read the source material, you don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's like you have to.
They had to tamp down on Keaton if he was to show charisma.
Look,
just to make
okay,
Keaton.
again, I don't like Ezra Miller. I didn't like him in the previous movies. I liked him in this, in both roles. I thought he did a great job as an actor. If you disagree with me, I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to back away. I don't care what Ezra Miller does in his personal career. I'm not his friend, and I don't give a shit about him. I'll tell you this much, too. In Aquaman Part 1, I liked Amber Heard's character in Aquaman Part 1. I thought she was very good in that movie.
Everyone hates that actress.
That has nothing to do with Mira. I liked her in Aquaman Part 1. I thought she was very good. I'm not her friend. I don't give a shit about her and her life.
All right.
Yeah, like
all these people are crazy. Here's something that people don't understand. Let me explain
Hollywood's crazy.
all celebrities are insane. They're all crazy. They're just different levels, and some hide it better. Mel Gibson is insane, but I love Mel Gibson. He's a madman, right? Tom Cruise is Christian Bale's insane, right?
You remember his freak out from Terminator?
I remember his freak out, but I still like Christian Bale. These people are all insane. We can, if we want to pile them together and play who's more insane. Oh, Amber Heard's more insane than Johnny Depp. Well, Johnny Depp's weird too.
Look at all the movies he's done.
Like people have to stop. Like, this is my opinion, and people have to stop paying attention to celebrities' personal lives. Why do you care so much? Like, do you not have a life or anything like that?
I don't care. Yeah, Ezra Miller's insane. Right. He's a goof. He's insane. Who knows? Maybe he's crazy. Like, maybe he's legit crazy. And he's, like, I don't know that. I don't know. If it goes to court and they prove something. Edward Norton is a weirdo too. He's weird. You can't work with that guy.
He's Hulk, in my opinion.
He's awesome. He is a good Hulk.
It's just like, it's very weird that people care so much about celebrity lives. Like, why is it so important? Like,
why? I remember seeing the Rotten Tomatoes reviews of the.
For some reason, people have a big attachment. Like, you understand why attachment? I understand people have their idols, but a lot of people in Hollywood are awful people anyway.
Yeah, they're awful people. But they did like. I don't know who didn't like him in the movie. Barry was nice in the movie. Remember the fans were cheering, Flash, Flash, we love you, and they, and then they all liked him in the movie. I'm not sure what you're saying. They all liked him in the movie.
I will say one thing about the costume. I do like he had like this little meter showing how many calories he has to eat.
That was kind of fun. Yeah, I like that. The Barry Allen characters. No, not by him. It's the writers. But Phantom, that's the character we had from the other movies. I didn't like him in the other movies.
Hell, for years I've had the Green Gus.
But Michael Keaton killed people in the Batman movie. So do you not like Michael Keaton as well? Look, Michael Keaton killed people in Batman and Batman Returns. Batman does not do that. So if everyone hates Michael Keaton and everyone hates Barry Allen or Ezra, then I'm okay. But these characters get changed in the movies. So we have to be consistent.
Everything is going to be 100% accurate. Hell, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man made his webs organic.
Which is stupid, too. It's like, why does he have organic webs? I thought that was stupid. I was like, why does he have organic webs? I want the web shooters. I thought that was sucked. So again, I'm going to call it like I see. I don't like that. It should have been, but I still love the movie.
I'm still a Toby fan.
I still love the movie. I still love Spider-Man 2 is one of the best movies, actually. It's a great superhero movie. That's one of the best superhero movies ever for me. And yeah, the organic web shooters are trash. I don't like that. It's like, and then they just stop working because he's like feels bad. It's like, okay,
well, actually, you're wrong on that, but that's a topic for another time.
Right, Batman literally blows up a guy, so that's pretty.
And he smiled too.
I would say that's not Batman, right? That's not what Batman would do, and he laughed over it. So again, I don't know what to say. It's like,
they made the Jack Nicholson's Joker the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents.
It was Gravity.
And also, you want to talk about change? They made Jack Nicholson's Joker the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah, I even as a kid, I thought that was weird. So I was in grade 6 when Batman 89 came out. I'm like, Joker didn't kill his parents. That's stupid. I still love Batman 89. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
And I didn't like in Spider-Man 3 they made the Sandman Uncle Ben's killer.
I didn't like that at all. That's a big negative with Spider-Man 3. That's a very big negative.
They had it fine with Dennis Carey in the first movie.
I'll give you a hold on. Let me give you I'll give you a link for that one. Oh my god.
I do like how in the Flash movie Barry, like the Barry from that timeline, had an obsession of trying to save everyone, and it's like he turned into this massive bad guy that like
Yeah.
like it kind of shows like you can't save everyone like as much as all heroes want to.
Yeah,
It's
because
impossible.
Right. It's
my
impossible.
mom
Yeah.
pointed this out.
Like
after Batman
and
died,
it's like
Barry realized that this is a fixed point in time because no matter how many times you change it, they'll still die.
Yeah, because there's no Superman. Like Superman was the deciding factor, and he's not there, and they don't have him.
like,
So in that
hole
universe
in
that
the
they
middle.
created, so in the universe that got created there, it cannot be changed because there is no Superman.
Yeah,
So
and
if there's no Superman,
Zod
they
will
yeah,
destroy
can't
the Earth
beat
no matter
him.
what we do.
in that universe, Superman's dead.
Right. So that means that means the world is screwed.
Yeah,
So
Zod's gonna destroy
that's
the
very
Earth.
positive. That's a positive Superman message. They're saying without Superman, this timeline, this universe's thing is dead. They can't be saved. That's it. It's like you're screwed.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Like I don't even know how you would even you would have to save that universe. You'd have to reverse the flashpoint. You'd have to let the mom die to save that universe and Barry's universe didn't change because he went to an alternate universe. It was a bit confusing because he's in another universe. And in the beginning, Barry didn't know he was in another universe. He thought he was in his own timeline. When he saw himself, he's like, what the shit? Why am I here? And then he thought, oh no, somehow the timeline got screwed, but that's not what happened. He created
This is
parallel
the day I get
universe.
my powers.
Yeah, like
it's confusing for people. I get it.
Oh, and
once you go back in time and he saved his parents are alive, but then when you go fix it, you're never going to be able to make it the same. That there's a reason why there's a different Batman. It's like every time even in the comics, every time Barry tries to fix him, he makes more changes. So he's making more damage than more usually.
In this movie, he's not changing his own timeline. Every time he does any change, he creates another universe. That's what's happening.
Universe, not timeline.
So what happened was we had the normal universe. When he went, and then he went back and he let his mom die. So that would have reset to his universe. However, that he did change something. He changed the placement of the tomato.
That's why Bruce looks like George Clooney.
And now it's another universe that's very, 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 very close to his universe, but it's got a few different with the small changes. Yeah. One of them happens to be George Clooney, which come on, that was funny.
Every time you go back in,
what Philly? How's it going, man? Thank you so much.
Every time you when it comes to the Flash, you're never going to get back the original universe. I don't think that would be possible. I feel like that universe is gone. It's gone, moved. Like when he comes back, it's a totally different universe. Like because I don't think there's a way you can. Once you make damage and you have your mother back, but then you try to fix it, there's not gonna be a way you can bring back the original universe, the original Batman.
I think he could have brought the original universe back had he not swapped the tomato cans, because that's a change. So I think what they're saying is that any change as minute as just switching cans, that's enough to say that's another universe. I have a character. I have a few books published on Amazon. Plug for my books. Buy my books. One of them is called More in the Scavenger, and it's based on quantum mechanics. Any decision made that alternates anything creates another universe completely different. So there's a universe right now where I didn't like this movie, right? So there's a universe now where Zack Snyder made a good movie. So I'm sure there's one something. I'm just joking. I own all that. I'm a bigger Zack Snyder fan than everybody in this.
There's a universe now that I'm a billionaire.
Hey, I like.
There's a universe now, right? There's a universe now where I'm a billionaire, and I'm probably
where people actually like me.
Yeah, and there's a universe where I'm also Batman. I'm sure that Arkham. There's a universe where you're Batman, buddy. There's a universe where you're Batman. You'd be happy in that universe, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about a couple of other negative things. This was a very, very big. There's a couple of big negatives on this movie. This is one of them. Because remember, this is a Flash movie.
So why not show other versions of Barry Allen?
Correct. They needed to show John Wesley Shipp. That's a big negative. Negative number 2 is already said. In the beginning, he goes to Gotham City to fight Falcone's nephew or whatever. I don't remember what they said, his nephew or something. Batman should have come to Central City to fight one of the rogues, probably Captain Cold.
Yep.
The action scene was very well shot and it was very exciting. Yeah. I thought the action scene was very exciting, but it would have been cooler, if you used Captain Cold or one of Barry. Because remember, this is still a Flash movie. We need to see Flash's villains, not a Batman villain.
That actually gave me an epiphany.
Yes.
All the stuff with Batman, all the constant cameos and reps to Superman makes me think Andy is more of a fan of Superman and Batman than he is of the Flash.
Yeah. There's a universe where you're dating. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, so I mean, it came to me epiphany that all the stuff with Batman, all the stuff with Superman makes me think he's a fan of those two more than the Flash.
Yeah. I mean, I know this isn't a wrestling stream, but since you said the word epiphany, I'm going to give you the Tiffany Stratton epiphany.
I just had a Tiffany epiphany.
Oh, okay.
That's from wrestling.
It was kind of confirmed that, like, before the release, that the reason why they did direct the Flash movie is because they brought back Michael Keaton.
I know, but it's still a Flash movie. They failed.
I did hear that from one of the producers that Michael Keaton was one of the main reasons they made the movie.
Yeah.
They needed to get
I buy everything, Truth. I buy everything. Even if I hate it, I have to buy it for my collection.
Hey, I own the Garfield Spider movies. I know, and I don't even like them.
You even like them, yeah. I gotta, you know me. I gotta buy it. I buy things I like and things I hate. And I've seen. What did I just watch again the other day that I didn't like? And I keep watching. Like, I'll watch movies that I don't like, and then my wife's like, "I thought you didn't like this movie." I'm like, "I know, but I'm just watching it anyways." It's just because it's like I remember I wasn't dying over the Batman, but I've seen it like 3 times.
I only saw it once.
It's like I bought all the toys. I bought all the toys. The Batmobile. I bought all the toys. I bought the big Batman. I've got.
There is a big reason why Andy is directing the Batman is because he's a big Batman fan.
I could have Batman versus Batman. I can have the two fight each other. I can have Michael Keaton fighting Pattinson.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Michael Keaton.
That's the new Flash costume.
Yeah,
oh no, he killed Pattinson.
I had
no
issue with it.
That Toy Keaton is the Flash one.
This is the Flash one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the upgraded suit.
That's the from this movie.
I can imagine them both saying, "Why you look like the emo kid from Twilight? Why you look like Beetlejuice?"
You're Beetlejuice.
But I had no issue with like him, the director, coming on because of Keaton, because they did need a director. So they like at that point, like they really needed a director for the Flash. Like either let them have him bring back Michael Keaton, do whatever.
I only like for Spider-Man people. Obviously Peter Parker, the real Spider-Man, and then I also like Ben Reilly because he was the first, and I thought that the clone story was very good. Because the story I thought with the Jackal was very good. The Clone Saga was too long and it got a bit convoluted and it was a bit silly.
Did you like?
I still like Ben Reilly. And I like Spider-Man 2099. I have issue 1 from when it came out, and I was collecting that series. And Peter David.
This movie portrayed him?
I did not see Across the Spider-Verse. I'll buy it on 4K. But when I saw Spider-Verse in the theater the first time, that animation really made me like not look good. Like I was just like, oh, this is like bothering me. So I couldn't watch it. I can't watch it in IMAX. I will watch it at home on my 4K TV.
Hey, I went to the movie with my mom, and me and her loved it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not my what was he saying? J-Man can point at the stuff and do a Grinch thing. Hate.
Did you watch Across the Spider-Verse?
Entirely.
No, I didn't see it. I'll see it later. I didn't like the first Spider-Verse. I thought it was like okay.
Oh, you're gonna be pissed when it comes to Ben Reilly, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'll take a rant on Ben Reilly. Let me explain. You guys are young, so you don't know this. when Ben Riley first appeared in those first couple of issues of Amazing Spider-Man, I can't remember the guy's name now. The Jackal created a clone of Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker, and it really messed with Peter's mind. Because Gwen Stacy had died, he was really torn up about it. It was a very powerful storyline. It was only 2 issues, and it was very good. Then later they said, "Oh, Ben Riley survived. He didn't die in the crash. There's like an explosion and stuff like he gets buried." So they're saying he survived.
Oh,
and Ben Riley, so he takes Uncle Ben's name, and he takes Aunt May's maiden name, so not May Parker. He takes May Riley, and he calls himself Ben Riley. Wow. But he has all of the memories of Spider-Man. And then they have the saga, right? So because they're the same person, right? Like it's a clone. Like he had all the memories. So, but he realized that he's not Peter Parker. So he's like, I'll call myself Ben for Uncle Ben and Riley for Aunt May's maiden name. And then he had all these adventures on his own, which I thought were all very good. He called himself the Scarlet Spider, completely different. Then they had the Clone Saga, where there was like, oh, is he really the real Spider-Man? And it was the clone, all this kind of stuff. And people didn't like that. It was a bit contrived.
I will say the only time...
One second, I'm on. And so they go through all this, and people were like, this is going on long. And then there was the symbiotes, because people were like, there's Venom, or then there's Carnage, then there's like Scream, then there's, what was the other? There's like another guy, another girl. They're like, this is going on too long. So, and I agree, it went on too long. Then everyone got to hating the clones. They're like, Ben Riley's trash. It's like they hate Carnage. They hated all these people. They hated Carnage. They hated. Everyone says the Clone Saga's trash. The Clone Saga's garbage. It's shit, whatever. Now there's 4,000 Spider-Mans, and they make fun of Ben Riley when he is the first one in a good story to create. There is no Spider-Verse without Ben Riley. He is the first one. So for this movie to make fun of that character shows that they don't give a shit about how this entire. 1 second, I'm not done. How that happened. Everyone makes fun of that and says it's crap. So either you say I don't like anybody except for Peter Parker OG, like version 1, or you're okay with Ben Riley, because if you like anyone else, Ben Riley you have to like, because he was the first one. It's like someone saying I'm a scientist, but Albert Einstein's got trash, or I'm an artist, but Michelangelo's a trash painter. Like, what? It's silly talk. I like 2099 because he looks cool, and Peter David is one of my favorites. I like his writing, and it was a lot of fun. Those are my 2 favorites. Ben Riley, I think Spider-Man Noir looks cool, but really he's a copy of the Spider. Yeah, he's a copy of the Spider, who's a Paul Piro, which I love. He's literally a copy of the Spider, and I'm like, okay, you copied the Spider. So that's not an original idea. It's literally, and the Spider has 119 novels from the 30s. He's the first of all of these guys. So they just copied. He's called the Spider, and he wears like a coat. He's got a hat. It's exactly Spider-Man Noir. I'll bring up a picture later. Anyways,
I know Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah,
I will say this person comment. Actually, what I was gonna bring up, the only time you ever showed Scarlet Spider in media was the series finale of the 90s animated series.
Was he good in that? I don't remember. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I mean, in his reality, his version clone of Peter ended up getting consumed by the Carnage symbiote, becoming Spider Carnage.
Right.
And the only way they actually defeated him was they went to an Earth where Peter's like a billionaire with an armored suit, and his version of Uncle Ben was alive, and then he vaporized himself.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And also,
I agree, Phantom.
Peter Parker in the original. Recently, I found out this Spider-Verse comic where the Earth 616 Peter gets erased from the web of life, and his history gets rewritten where he never gets bitten by the spider and someone else did, and he actually lives a happy life.
That happened in what, Spider-Verse?
It was a recent comic, actually.
Oh, it was a recent comic. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Earth 616 Peter gets his history rewritten.
Have you
so hold on. Bluntly, yeah, no, he did. He got his powers back.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just telling you what I saw recently.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm answering Blunt Philly's question. Flash got his power. He asked a question earlier on. He did get his powers back in the Flash movie. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
Show up. Missed opportunity. There's a list of people that they wanted to include.
Well, maybe the actress was busy.
It would have been like 30 minutes of cameos.
Yeah,
I want 30
This
minutes.
guy wanted to be a giant cameo fest.
They Supergirl flew him up. So they put the chemicals on him. They doused him with the chemicals, and then they hit the switch to use the electricity, the lightning to hit him. It hit him. He got fried, but it didn't give him enough powers back. This actually happens in Flashpoint. But then Supergirl comes. This did not happen in Flashpoint, but Supergirl comes, and then she grabs him and flies way high up so that he gets hit again, and then he gets the powers.
Yeah, he gets struck by lightning 2 times.
2 times. Now that does happen in Flashpoint. In Flashpoint,
it's basically supposed to be doing what the Flashpoint story did.
Yeah.
It happens.
So here's a question for both of you. Then here's a question for both of you. Do you think, because the ending of this movie doesn't have any, I mean, there's a battle at the end, but the very, very end really isn't a battle. It's more like Barry talking to himself and trying to figure things out. Now, Nerdman, I don't know if you guys know Nerdman. Do you know Nerdman? Yeah. So Nerdman also liked the movie a lot. He gave it a 7.5. So far, I'm the highest rank, which is really surprising.
Hey, what about me?
What'd you give it?
I told you in the chat earlier.
Oh, what did you say? I didn't.
I said 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay, so we're the same.
I give it 9.
Oh, you're giving it a 9 out of 10? Wow, Arkham.
I gave it 9.
That's too high, but that's okay. I like it. Give it a 9. Give it a 10. Just give it 10 out of 10. Who cares?
I wouldn't give it 10 because of the CGI issues.
There's some issues with it.
But overall, I did really like it. I wouldn't give it a 9 for no reason, but I would. The CGI brings a point down for me. But
all right, about this question here, I'll give him a chance. I mean, what he's saying for Superman Legacy sounds interesting. I'll check that out. I'll check out Batman Brave and the Bold. I'll check out Lanterns.
I mean, truth, I'm going to buy it all on 4K, so it doesn't even matter to me. I just want it to be good. I don't care. I want to see. I'll see what happens. If I like it, I like it. Zack Snyder has made way more better movies than he has bad movies for me. I loved everything he made up until Man of Steel. Everything Zack Snyder made until Man of Steel, I loved it. I bought it all anyways. I saw it in the theater. I bought the art books for Sucker Punch. I got Sucker Punch posters right there. I've got 2 Sucker Punch posters. I love 300. I saw 300 3 times. I saw 300 in a row. I went to go see it Friday night. Then I went Saturday afternoon. Then I went Sunday evening. I saw it 3 times. It's like I have everything for 300. The books, the graphic novels, obviously I have everything. I loved Sucker Punch. I love Watchmen. I have every single thing that came out for Watchmen. Every toy, every bust, every big, huge doll, the big dolls that came out. I have Zack Snyder's book on it, the making of it. I have the philosophy of Watchmen. Obviously, I have the original issues. I have every Zack Snyder thing. I saw Man of Steel in the theater. I saw BVS in the theater. I would have seen Justice League, the 4-hour one, in the theater if it was in the theater, but I saw it at home. I bought all those movies. I saw I will watch Rebel Moon with the first day it came out. I saw the Vegas one with the zombies. I saw the Owls of Ga'Hoole or whatever that was. I own all of it. So I'm a Zack Snyder fan, but I don't like those 3 movies. I'm sorry. I don't like those 3 movies. That's it. I don't like his portrayal of it. Period. That's it. James Gunn, let's see what happens. James Gunn, I like some of his movies. Some of them I don't like. We have to see. I don't know. I'll see how it goes.
Speaking of James Gunn, recently he was on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, and he said that the first DCU character is Blue Beetle, but the first DCU movie is Superman Legacy.
So Blue Beetle, again, I'm going to watch it. They've got Dan Garrett is my Blue Beetle. Not my Blue Beetle. That's a lie. Sorry. I wasn't even born. But Dan Garrett is a Blue Beetle I like because I actually I have all of his radio shows. I've listened to them each at least 2 or 3 times each episode. There's not that many episodes of his radio show. Like Shadow has hundreds. Blue Beetle only has like maybe 20 or something. They're all free online, but I bought them in a nice collection.
You have Ted Cord, then you have Jaime Reyes.
Ted Cord is great. He's Charlton Comics. I have a Blue Beetle comic. It's one of my oldest comics I have.
You okay with it being Jaime?
What?
Yeah. Okay. So my thoughts on that is that I also like Jaime Reyes. I have nothing against that character. They showed Dan Garrett's costume in this movie. And they showed Ted Cord's costume, and they used Ted Cord's vehicle. It looks like in the trailer for a second. It looks like his vehicle is in it.
I do think this. I think people are misconstrued in what James Gunn is saying when it comes to Blue Beetle. I think people think that the movie is in the DCU. That's not what he's saying. He said the Blue Beetle character itself. It was already confirmed that everything in the DCU will already be established. You're already gonna have the Bat family. You're gonna have a lot of the characters are going to be already established, and I prefer that, to be honest, because I've been waiting for so long for a Bat family. I feel like I was.
Well, here's the thing. He said Robin's Damian Wayne.
I feel like I was going to be 80 years old and I wasn't gonna get a Bat family movie. It really makes me happy because I've been waiting this for a long time, where you just have established characters. It's cool to do freaking origins, but I am sick of origins. Just do established characters now.
Right.
Well, he did say Robin's Damian Wayne in his version.
Yes,
so it's going to be more. It's going to be more present day, right? Like, I just wanted to show you this because I talked about it before. Look, that's the Spider. So that looks exactly like Spider-Man Noir. Now, original appearances, he looked like this on the cover. But within the comic itself, he was actually more like this monster character.
So a vampire?
And then when they did the Spider Pulp Hero cereal.
There was a cereal?
Look. Here. That's what he looked like. And it's literally, and he has the web. It's a bad picture. Here you go.
That was pretty cool.
Wormhole.
Okay, so that was the Spider cereal. So you can see Spider-Man Noir took this, right?
It's obvious with the trench coat and the hats.
Right now, this is if you read the books, he looked more like this inside the books, and he's a killer. There's no Spider villains. He kills every villain, every story. He kills the.
So
villain.
basically, he's Thomas Wayne Batman.
Yeah, he's basically Thomas. Yeah. So that's the Spider. I've got a few of his stories. I've got one. The earliest one I have is from 1937. The pages are brown. It's like. My wife and I were so scared to touch it. We didn't want to take it out of the seal. So I just left it because it was so fragile. 1937, I've got the book. Now, they've been reprinting them in these nice editions. Like this is Operator 5, who's another pulp character. But they've been reprinting them in these nice editions. But I've got one from 1937. This is brand new. But I got one from 1937. It's really amazing. All of these pulp stories are very cool. This is before superheroes, so before Superman. So they don't have powers. They're just they kill the bad guys. It's like there's the main villain is like the Fly in one of them. So I think he survives, but the Spider kills.
That design does look pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, the Spider's badass. Those are great. You can get them all on Amazon. The original publishers are reprinting them all from 1937, so you can get them brand new. I mean, the old comic.
I might give it a try.
Give it a try. They're really neat. But Dynamite did
I do many things.
I know you do a lot of stuff. Yeah. Dynamite is doing it.
I'm getting DC Comics. Maybe I'll get this. Now I'm getting manga.
Yeah, manga's a lot. Yeah, I love all these. I've been reviewing them on my channel, Daniel. I have a pulp section. If you just care about the pulp stuff, I have a section that's just for serials and pulps. Operator 5 is great. I'm on book 2 right now. It's really good, but they're not comics. They're they're novels, right? Like it's like a story.
Yeah, graphic novels.
No, they're not graphic novels. They're
novels. Okay.
Novels. They're not graphic novels. But Dynamite Comics, they did a Spider comic book, and they made him look like the Red. It's basically, it's like it's what he looked like in the serial, which was, and you could tell that obviously it's like a Miles Morales, or not Miles. Yeah, it's like a Miles Morales kind of. The Spider pulp Dynamite. I can show you what it looks like, and then we'll get back to this Flash.
I will say this.
So this is the Dynamite. This is the comic.
I like the mask where the red goes over. Like I like the lines and the texture of the redness of the cape and the mask within it.
Yeah, this is the comic. Right, so from Dynamite.
I like the hat too.
Yeah, and he has a spider a ring that he burns into you. So he burns into his victims to show that he killed them. He marks his victims, but he's a good guy. He kills only bad guys, but he'll kill you. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like the costume. The costume looks very cool.
Yeah, so this is the modern. This was the Shadow's cool too. I don't know. You guys, you know the Shadow, right? Alec Baldwin was the Shadow.
Yeah.
So there's the Shadow. He's.
Oh no.
Oh, Nerdman. The link is in the chat. The link is at the top. Is pinned
he
in
wants
the
to join?
chat. Yeah,
Oh, by the
Nerdman
way,
wants
I just found this tweet because you know how we said that the Jay Garrick and the cameos was Teddy Sears.
No,
Well, apparently he just came out with a comment saying he doesn't think that was him in the movie, saying I'm
What?
sleep deprived. He says I'm sleep deprived with a newborn at home, so my memory's a little foggy, but I'm pretty sure I would have remembered shooting a major DC Studios film.
I think that means it was kind of AI stuff, like.
Well, yeah, and Christopher Reeve wasn't there either because he's passed away.
But I did hear they actually did bring Nicolas Cage in, and they actually got the costume designer from Superman Lives to recreate
That's great.
Yeah, some things you're not gonna be able to get. Like
I'll send Nerdman the link. I'll send it to you through. Hold on, I'll send it to you to Twitter. Hold on, in case if it's not working for you, buddy. Twitter. Nerdman. I'd send it to him because Nerdman had some issues. I think Nerdman gave it a 7.5 out of 10, so not as high as. Well, I can't believe we all gave it so high. I mean. I don't know. And we still have a lot of people in chat. Guys, thanks so much for being in the chat. I really appreciate it. And I know everyone doesn't agree with me. And I'm totally okay with people not liking it. And I'm totally okay with people thinking I'm an idiot for liking it. I'm okay with that. I do not get upset at people. It doesn't bother me. We're all here to have fun and talk about the movie. It's just a movie. We're not talking about anything that's really that important. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
If I loved
unless it's comic books.
It's comic book, yeah. It's like we're all here to have fun and talk about it. Some people hated it, some people love it.
I have a question, J-Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were talking about Spider-Man. Have you read the new Carnage,
No.
I think, crossover that they're having?
I'm allergic to Marvel Comics.
What?
Now DC, the current.
Oh yeah,
Superman,
I totally.
Then that means you're allergic to Marvel movies.
No, that doesn't.
I have a friend that reads Marvel Comics. He's been telling me that they're very, very, very bad.
Yeah, they're awful. Joe Fixit was good. That's about it. But that's because Peter David wrote it, and it was all fighting. It was 5-part series. It was all fighting.
Do you feel like
DC's way better in comics than Marvel right now? Sorry, Marvel. It's just a fair
always been better.
DC. Okay, check this out. DC has always been pretty good. There was only one time when Marvel was way better, and that was the Bronze Age, so like 70s. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, owns DC and comics is always DC and comics is pretty much Golden Age DC was the only thing I hate, man.
They did the multiverse better too when it comes to DC movies. Also.
Yeah, I'm allergic. I'm allergic to a lot of them. Not all of them, but some of them.
But hey guys, how are you?
Hey there, man.
What time is it where you're at, buddy?
It sounds like you're tired.
2:35.
2 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that early?
I did a little bit of a social experiment.
What experiment was that?
What was that mean?
So I went with my girlfriend to watch The Flash. Who doesn't know anything about comic books, doesn't know anything
that's
about
surprising.
Yeah, that's
rumors, with Ezra
Did
Miller,
she like it?
anything he's done, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't know about the CGI issues, like whether there's that people were complaining about the CGI. Just went in fresh to watch the movie.
Interesting.
She absolutely enjoyed it, and thought it was like the best comic book movie she'd seen with me.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Like in cinemas. Great. Oh no, maybe she didn't. Well, yeah, basically she did. I didn't ask her.
I have a friend.
I didn't ask her about the other one. She liked the Batman.
The Batman,
I didn't ask her about that.
Oh, the Pattinson one.
My friend. So today's the 40th anniversary of Superman 3. So I had a party at my place. I gave contest posters. I do quizzes. I give lobby cards.
Seriously, all for Superman 3.
I do it for anytime people come over to my place to watch a movie. I do quiz. I quiz them after the movie. Whoever gets the highest score, I give away comic books. I give prizes. I give lobby cards. I print them out on cardstock and give them to people. I do mini posters. Like if you go to the theater, get a mini poster. I do mini posters. So I do everything. Pizza.
If you ever do Batman, you'll be.
Dude, you should have seen. Oh man, when I go all out, like people are like, "Oh, Jay, we got to come over." So, anyways, anyway, but my friend. I was gonna say a buddy of mine, who saw Flash with us. he's slightly older than me. He's not a comic book guy. He's a very good. He's like a Scottish gentleman. He always comes dressed in nice clothes. He's like, thank you, J-Man, for inviting me. He's very nice. And he saw the movie. He's like, in the Scottish accent, which I can't do. He's like, I thought it was very enjoyable and I had a lot of fun. It was kind of bonkers. It was a little bit weird, but I actually thought it was very, very good. And that he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't know what the Flash. He's like, yeah, Flash. he runs fast or something, right? He doesn't know shit about anything.
Yeah, exactly.
He just liked it. He didn't care about the CGI. I said the CGI. He's like, yeah, it was okay. Like
finally someone who isn't raging about it.
He's not a superhero like to him, James Bond is his thing. He's like a James Bond person. He read the novels.
Did he ever tell you his favorite James Bond?
He likes Roger Moore.
Oh,
that's who he grew up with. And I think his favorite is Sean Connery. His favorite is Sean Connery because Sean Connery is also Scottish or whatever. So there's that. But he loves Sean Connery, but he loves Roger Moore. He loves both of them. So
I'll say this. I mean, at least he rates Roger Moore. I have a my problem. My problem with Sean Connery.
I know we haven't done a stream on James Bond, but I like Sean Connery and George Lazenby.
I remember you guys doing a tier list ranking of the actors.
Nah, Sean Connery is disqualified. He's Scottish.
What?
Yeah,
he's Scottish.
He's Scottish. I know. No, guys, I'll just talk. Nerdman, or sorry, Andrew. Don't even. This is a thing that we can't get involved in. Like, I've got. This is funny. There's a lady at my work who's Scottish, and I was being really funny the other day, and man, she got pissed. I said. They're talking about something with like what's the good luck the day, oh my god, the day where everyone they have the clover, it's all the Irish crap. I can't remember the day now. Why am I losing the anyway? They're celebrating, it's like they're celebrating
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, Jesus Christ. So St. Patrick's Day. So people are saying to her, and I said, Irish, Scottish, English, it's all the same. Oh shit. She's like, what's that? And she was like, what, excuse me? I was like, I'm just joking. I don't want to say her name. I was like, I'm just joking around. She was like not happy with me. I was like, I'm joking. You can't get involved in these conversations. It's like, this is more of a hot topic than race relations.
Don't make fun of their accents.
No, but don't say the Scottish, Irish, English. Don't say it's all the same shit. It's like
don't say it to the Irish, bro. Like,
don't say it to an Irish person for sure. That's for sure.
You'll get a head.
I am Irish.
Not
that you don't know, I am actually Irish.
Oh, you are?
No, but here's the thing.
You actually didn't know that.
I didn't. That's awesome.
I'm Italian, Irish, and German.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome.
Here's the thing. Like, just with the James Bond thing, I'm not like I like Scottish people more than British people. It's not a matter of like. It's not a matter of whether I like them or not or anything. I'm just like I can't sit there with a James Bond talking in the Scottish accent. I'm sorry, he's supposed to be posh. I don't mind the actor being Scottish.
Right.
But like,
would you enjoy
Oxford educated, proper,
Yeah, I got you.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I have a question. Would you enjoy if you were tied up to a chair?
If you were what?
If you were tied up to a chair and watch it for 24 hours, would you actually enjoy it?
No, that'd be torture to me.
Get me out of here.
Could you imagine someone going, the greatest James Bond is some dude who's doing James Bond with an Italian accent? You'd just be like, what are you talking about? Like, or a Jamaican accent. It's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That reminds me, J-Man, some of the actors that played Doctor Who are Scottish.
Yeah, but Doctor Who can be anything really, I suppose, right? I don't think that's as much because
like Sylvester McCoy and David Tennant.
I feel like
Peter Capaldi's Scottish. So we had a few Scottish guys, and somebody actually asked Moffat, they're like, will he have a Scottish accent? And Peter Capaldi's like, well, I have a Scottish accent, so yeah, he's gonna have it. I don't think, but James Bond is unique though, because it is part of the it's part of the character, so it's very difficult to remove that. Like Doctor Who's an alien, he can have whatever accent he has.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think Doctor Who it matters, but
no, James Bond. Look, it's a thing. Even George Lazenby, because what's Lazenby? He's Australian or something, or what is that?
He did a English posh
ish.
I like Daniel Craig. He's very good.
Daniel Craig is for me.
Oh, it says George Lazenby is an Australian actor.
Top three. It's Roger Moore. What's his name?
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton, and then
Pierce Brosnan,
and then your boy, the one you mentioned, Daniel Craig, but only in one movie.
Yeah, the first one. That's it.
The first one. The rest of them,
are trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great in that one movie, and then the rest were garbage. But Roger Moore's the man. Look, I have Roger Moore's autograph. My mom had Roger Moore's autograph because she loved him, and she gave me her autograph. She gave it to me because I love him so much. He's the coolest person of all time. Yeah. You're never convincing me he's not the coolest person ever. It's just not happening. Don't even have that argument with me.
He did the silliest James Bond movies. But,
correct, but it doesn't matter.
He was always like.
Always like very chill and mellow out or something.
Well, hold on. But For Your Eyes Only. But hold on, For Your Eyes Only is a great action film. If you look at For Your Eyes Only for just a second, he gets through that movie with very limited gadgets. It's mostly his either intuition, his ability, his way to think himself out of a situation. There's very limited. I don't know what happened with For Your Eyes Only. They went and brought it back a little bit from being fantastical. What do you think, Nerdman? I mean, I love that film. I think it's one of the best James Bond movies.
I like a lot of GoldenEye movies. I mean, I think they're all better than everything that. Who's the guy who did GoldenEye?
Wait, you don't like Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan, yeah. They're better than Pierce Brosnan.
I think because people rate him way higher, and I'm just like, his movies. He was good. But his movies are trash.
I agree with that.
GoldenEye's good.
I like GoldenEye.
GoldenEye's good.
GoldenEye's good, but the rest of them are just so ridiculous. Whereas
I don't mind.
Whereas Roger Moore, somehow they were cheeky and silly, but they
wasn't there literally a movie where he went to space?
And
I know that movie's awesome.
I don't mind him having gadgets.
You're kidding me?
James Bond having gadgets is cool. You know, it's like Batman with gadgets. That's the one complaint I have about the Batman. I'm like,
well, here's the thing. I remember people saying the close the Roger Moore movie for being too.
I don't mind it being more grounded gadgets, but
you
know, like give me some gadgets, you know.
Right. All right, so back to the Flash. So Nerdman, hold on. Back to the Flash. So Nerdman, we chatted. I chatted a bit on Nerdman's channel already about this, but your big problems were and we both share this problem, which is lack of a Flash villain in the intro of the movie. Because it's a Flash movie, we'd like to see a Flash villain for once. I agree 100%.
Cool if that scene was in Central City as well.
Yeah, bring Batman to why can't they do a Brave and the Bold where Flash gets Batman's help? It doesn't always have to be Batman getting another guy's help, right? It could be the reverse.
Well, Batman could have to be in Central City and saying like, hey, like, you know, there's this thing going down. They need you, Flash. You know.
That's it, exactly. And just the action scene itself is filmed well and it's nice. It's a good action set. But like, if it would have been Captain Cold, like imagine if it was Captain Cold, that would have been badass. And he could have been like freezing shit, like with the gun on the way or something.
I'd go even one better. It could have actually been the Captain Cold actor from the Arrowverse.
Oh, that would have been awesome. He was great in that.
You talking about the one from the Arrowverse?
Yeah,
Arrowverse. I don't remember the guy from Prison Break. I don't remember the actor's name.
Wentworth Miller. That's his name.
Wentworth.
Yeah, he's better at Captain Cold than Grant Gustin is as the Flash. To be honest.
Wait, what'd you just say?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Nerdman doesn't like Grant Gustin as much. I like Grant Gustin. But his show has been up and down, man. There's some good episodes and there's a
He
lot
was
of
the only
trash
thing that
ones,
kept the
so.
show. Grant Gustin and Tom Calvin were the only two people that kept me watching.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the finale.
He's not
I
the
didn't finish
worst.
it yet.
He's not the
No,
worst.
don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Oh, I already ordered it on Blu-ray, so you know I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's the worst
they
thing
ruined
about the
Zoom.
show or the worst thing about the Arrowverse, but I'm not a big fan of Grant.
Come
Gustin.
on,
I
Grant's
think
awesome.
that,
I got a
Ezra
picture with him a
Miller
few months ago.
In this film,
Yeah,
Ezra Miller has proven.
You got a photo with him?
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Andrew's got out of his chair. I know this is bad
Do
news.
you know where I'm going in October, J-Man?
Where are you going in October,
Here it is
Arkham?
right here.
Oh, that's a great picture. Oh shit, you got both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really great.
I even met. I even got. I even got to
is
shake
good.
Christopher Eccleston's hand.
Nice.
And
The one on the left is good. What's his name?
Yeah, I'm going to
Kavanaugh.
New York Comic Con.
Oh, awesome.
I went
that's
last
cool.
year. I really liked it because I got Jim Lee's autograph. I got what was it? Tom King.
Tom Cavanaugh.
Greg Capullo, and I know Jorge Jimenez is gonna be there.
Well,
know,
hold on, I beat everybody. I met everybody from the Terrifier films, and I got to meet Lauren Rivera from Terrifier 2, and she's awesome. So I've beaten all you because you guys are getting pictures with men. I'm getting pictures with attractive women.
Oh, lucky bitch!
I'm the winner.
What? Oh, I only go for comic book writers or shit like that. Like I used to go for like celebrities, but it's like I don't want to do that anymore. I want to just go for like comic book writers or like.
Oh, you're doing the small stuff. You're doing the small.
Small, Jim Lee's
Okay, hold on a second, Arkham. You want to see a good one? Me and Chip Zdarsky.
Oh, you fucking! I hate you.
I talked to him for a long time. He's writing Batman
actually,
currently.
I have a fun fact.
Oh, I know. I love
time,
that. I really
you want to talk about comic writers? One time at my hotel, when I was eating breakfast, across my way was Stan Lee and Tom McFarlane.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
I got pictures of both of them in my hotel.
Okay, so
sorry. One more for Arkham. Just one more for my buddy Arkham here, just to get him a little bit.
One more.
That's Jeff Lemire. Me and Jeff Lemire. And I got Trish and Lita from wrestling. I don't know if you guys like wrestling.
Oh, Trish and Lita. That's cool.
You're in the balls.
All right, go ahead, Nerdman. You want to say something?
Mickey James fan, but
yeah, she's good too. I'll take that picture. Where if she shows up, I'll take it. All right, go ahead, Nerdman. What you want to say something?
I just wanted to know what everyone thought of the film.
So everyone here really liked it. My chat hates it.
Yeah, especially one guy who was raging like hell.
Well, Josh didn't like it. So my everyone so far 50% of the people I have 14 votes. 14 people in chat. They gave it 50% of them gave it 2 out of 5. 21% gave 3 out of 5. 21% gave 4 out of 5, and 7 gave 5 out of 5.
Well, nothing's perfect.
You're tripping, guys. The movie is funny. I don't know what. I really don't get it.
I don't understand where all this hate's coming from.
Well, I understand where the hate comes from, but again, I just feel like it's a thing of exaggerating the negatives, right? Like to a point where it just gets ludicrous. Like when you start saying, "Oh, the young Ezra was annoying," like during the movie, I'm just like, "What?"
A lot of people exaggerate.
Huh?
Here's my problem.
It's like criticizing a movie because an actor has an annoying voice. You know, it's
there's nothing wrong with criticizing, but people go overboard.
They go a little too far.
It's like the worst movie ever or something like that. It's like,
it really isn't. It's not even
I don't know. I feel like people freaking over exaggerate.
And I don't even think it's so good to watch it through the eyes of somebody who doesn't know anything about this shit. like Ezra Miller and all of that stuff. I just didn't tell her anything, and I didn't tell her anything after. I just wanted her to enjoy the movie, and she, really did. Like, she enjoyed it more than Across the Spider-Verse, and she enjoyed it more than.
J-Man is not a fan of Spider-Verse.
No, yeah, I don't like Spider-Verse, but I still bought it. I'll watch the second one.
No, but did you see the second one?
No, I can't. I don't like the animation. I didn't like the animation on IMAX in the first one, so it looked better at home on because my TV's 65-inch 4K, which I can watch on the IMAX. It's just too choppy and just too busy, and I'm just like I don't.
Yeah, well, you'll hate the animation in this one then. But
because I didn't like the animation in the first one.
I think it's a really, really good comic book movie. Like,
okay, well, I'm gonna watch it at home, and it plays better at my TV because I can kind of sit back if I need to.
Hey, it's you have a Uma Thurman poster behind you.
If you're a Spider-Man fan, I mean, I would suggest going to see it, bro. Like, I'm just
well, I'm buying it anyways, so I'm okay to buy it.
But in any case, she had the same problem I had with the movie, with that Across the Spider-Verse.
So with Spider-Verse, too long? Well, it seems long.
And she wanted to leave.
It was basically barely 2 hours.
She wanted to leave halfway through. But she ranked basically the movies, like, because I only see DC movies, basically, or Marvel movies that aren't MCU movies. So the 3 that she didn't do Guardians, because I didn't, so the 3 that she ranked was Across the Spider-Verse, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, and Flash. And she said Flash was the best one.
Right.
Then she didn't like really Across the Spider-Verse, and she thought that Shazam was too much of a kids movie, but she put Across the Spider-Verse as second and Shazam third.
My wife really liked, well, my wife hasn't seen Across the Spider-Verse, but she saw the original Spider-Verse, which she really liked a lot. She did not like Ant-Man, Quantumania. She thought Shazam was fun, but a bit childish. She hasn't seen, so it sounds like they're pretty much, like, she hasn't seen The Flash, because she doesn't go to the theater. She hates going to the theater, so we watch at home. Tomorrow we're watching 1917, which is like
you kind of feel
stuff. So we'll get to that, those superhero ones. But she's seen every superhero movie, not all of them. Like, she didn't want to watch Love and Thunder. What were the other ones? We skipped a few because they're just like so awful. Like, we skipped Black Panther 2. We skipped what were the other ones?
The Batman.
Skipped the She doesn't like. Sorry, Arkham. Plug your ears. She doesn't like any Batman movie.
Does that include Eden?
She doesn't like any of them. We've watched them all. No, she's for Christian Bale. We watched Batman Begins. She's like, I'm good. I don't need to see any of the other ones. I'm like, are you sure? It's like Dark Knight's pretty much. She's like, nah, I'm good. Didn't watch the Joker. Didn't watch. She doesn't like Batman. She actually wants more magical. I think she likes magical and sci-fi. She doesn't like the grounded superhero stuff. She wants like more magical based things.
What about Batman 89 and Batman?
She didn't like it. No, it's still didn't like those either. Didn't like those either.
Any of the Spider-Man movies?
She likes Spider-Man. Her favorites are Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
And her next, she likes 1, 2, and 3 of the Tobey Maguire. She hates the 2 Andrew Garfield ones, despises them. She really likes Across the first Into the Spider-Verse. She really likes that a lot. That's probably her, like, I think she likes Spider-Man 2 first, then Spider-Verse, then Spider-Man 1, then Spider-Man 3. That's probably
she
her.
Likes Toby. Yes.
She doesn't like. She doesn't care about. Oh, she loved Wonder Woman. That's her favorite DC character in the live action.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, everyone loves the first one, but she did not like She does not like Wonder Woman 1984. Even though I really like it, she does not like it. So we don't. We clashed on that one. We disagreed on that one. Everyone disagreed with me on Wonder Woman 84.
Wife is a sensible woman.
Listen, I've slept ever since I've seen 1984. I've slept perfectly. I've got no problems. It's like, I don't know.
Have you seen it again?
Yes, I've seen it several times.
I see the Batman more times than you can count.
Movie, is the only thing I can like from that movie is Pedro Pascal overacting.
Yeah, he's
I
funny.
really didn't like that. When people were saying Pedro Pascal was the saving grace of the movie, I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hell, Ewan McGregor was
The saving grace of the movie is actually Gal Gadot.
Yes,
Oh, of course, the
but
lead.
that's so
she's actually in places really, really good when the
right.
dialogue isn't super awkward.
I like that's one thing. I like her.
fix that dialogue. But
For-
like the scene where she cries when what's his name's dying,
That was
Steve
great.
Trevor?
has to like fly off. I thought that was great.
You talking about
It's
Steve
great.
Trevor?
Also, I love the soundtrack. I bought the soundtrack, the '84
Zimmer.
soundtrack.
The
Like
Zimmer soundtrack is awesome.
it's the like I love that was great. It's Hans Zimmer trying to be a little bit different. It wasn't the regular. Life is gonna be better. You're right, Daniel. That's funny. I like that. But anyways, no. So we clashed on that one. But she likes No
I
Way
love
Home.
the opening scene of Wonder Woman 1984. I thought
When she
it was
tries
one
to
of the
cheat.
opening comic book
Have
scenes.
you seen Zack Snyder Justice League or Justice League?
Oh, she wanted to stop watching Man of Steel like immediately, and I showed her 1 second of I've only seen BVS once in the theater, even though I have the director's cut. I haven't watched it. She likes Justice League.
Oh, come on!
And Zack Snyder. Nope, she's not gonna watch it. She's like, it's too long and it's
no
just
wonder
awful.
you both have in common.
But she doesn't like Wonder Woman 84. So
Justice
I don't know.
League. Really?
Yeah. I like Justice League too. I also like Justice
League.
What about?
I mean, no, but like,
have you shown her the Captain America films?
She loves them.
What about Iron Man?
Hates it.
Wow.
She likes Iron Man. Me too. I don't like the Iron Man movies either. We like Iron Man in. I like Iron Man. No. I like Iron Man in the non-Iron Man movies.
So
what about Doctor Strange?
We love Doctor Strange. We're the Doctor Strange family. We love both of them. We've watched them a bunch of times. We're like she's got the eye. We're like We're the Doctor Strange family. Like we love it.
Doctor Strange family.
Yeah, we love Doctor Strange. I've got the entire run.
Strange 2 is a massive improvement.
Oh, here's a good one. What did you think of Black Adam?
She thought it was okay. Doesn't care. She's like, it was okay. That's it. She does not, The ones that she loved is the Christopher Reeve. Sorry?
Did you like Christopher Reeve?
Shazam 1, she thought it was okay.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that makes sense with the Shazam 2 then, yeah.
Yeah, she thought she likes Shazam 2. She's like, it's a little bit silly, but I liked it. She's like, it was fun. Like she wasn't Ant-Man and Quantumania, she hated. She wanted to stop watching Quantumania. She's like, I don't. And she loved the first Ant-Man. And then the second one, she's like, eh. And then the third one, she's like, nope. She was like, she wanted to stop watching it. So I was like, do you want to stop? She's like, I guess we'll just shit.
I understand her. The only thing I don't understand is the Justice League thing, man.
Well, she has no context of anything. She doesn't care. She wants to see Superman save people and team up with guys, and that's what I want.
Speaking of Superman, does she like Christopher Reeve?
Yeah, all 4 movies she bought them. She has her own copies. We have like multiple copies in that.
What about Superman Returns? Brandon Routh?
No, like 5 minutes. Like this is not Superman's shit. So that's done. We didn't even watch that movie. We watched like maybe 10 minutes. She's like, yeah, I'm good. Not I'm done.
But yeah, no, I think that people. Again, part of the thing is knowing what Ezra Miller did. I think.
Yep, I got you.
That's like, or allegedly did, because some of it.
Allegedly, let's not get the stream canceled.
But knowing what they allegedly did,
right?
I think that they are just not giving themselves a chance to be open to the fact that his performance is very funny, and it's that he's playing 2 of himself and he's playing them distinct and very well, so that they seem like not 2 different people, but like 2 the same person at different times of their lives. And I think that's a tricky tightrope to.
I can't blame people not wanting to support, because it's like Ezra Miller did a lot, like
allegedly
did a lot damage, and like now the movie coming out, like it's a kind of tricky situation, because if if none of the stuff that allegedly happened, I feel like maybe it wouldn't be doing so bad in the box office.
Maybe, but there's so many celebrities that are trash people. They're all half of them are trash people. So like, I don't know.
Well,
Like,
I think it might be doing just as badly, or maybe a little bit better. But I think because I still think it has the CGI problems.
Yeah.
And I still think people have a hate boner for
My
like
friend did give
DC
a
stuff.
good.
But
Right.
the thing that I think is that I am seeing that the criticism that his performance is boring or the first half of the movie is boring. I just think that's nonsense. I think this movie like really had such a good pace in the beginning. I think if anything, it's towards the end that the movie starts going a little cray cray.
When the final battle was on.
Honestly, I remember thinking this. I was into this movie all the way up until Barry got stabbed, essentially. You know, like the young Barry, which is a long way through. That's like, you know, almost 2.5 thirds through the movie, right? So
I don't think like
I really have a problem with a very small part of the movie, but even that, like watching it with her, she found all of this and fun, and it was an interesting way of ending. It didn't have to be some like weird climactic battle. It was just like more of a personal thing.
Yeah, you don't always have to fight the villains. Like I don't think that always has to happen. I like how it really ended. But I do think when it comes to people not liking the movie or not doing well, my friend did give a good point. Like I talked to my friend, saw a movie with me. Like a few of my friends did, and he's also a big DC fan. It could be a reason is not a lot of people care about DC movies right now.
Yeah, that's probably
that could go into the variable that not like it's because the DCEU is almost over, as like what some people
James Gunn made a real mistake announcing
some people let me finish. Some people in their mind, like I can't blame someone not want to see it. That is like they don't really care for it because it's gonna get reboot anyway. Like I'm not gonna blame that person because it's like it's their own choice. Like, but that does go in the variable of like James Gunn talking about that it's gonna be reboot, and in some people's mind they don't even want to see the movie.
I think people have been too conditioned to this Marvel idea of like, oh, it's all going to connect. And it's like, look, I love film, so I watch a lot of movies anyways, but I love watching superhero movies to see the stuff I like about superheroes. Whether it continues or not, it doesn't matter to me. If they're like, well, what's the point of watching this because there's not going to be a Flash 2? Well, what's the point of watching Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1980 or whatever, right? Like, well, because it was a good movie. It's like, what was the point of watching Terminator 1? It's like, did you know Terminator 2 was coming? Like, it's like, who cares? Like,
that's the problem, Jay, man. Wait a second, Arkham, because you talked before. I think that's one of the things you said, like hit the nail on the head. But now I've forgotten Arkham. Go.
No, I know you're just saying the problem is people are trained that way to think like, oh, big picture, everything's big picture. Oh, it's just gonna be part of a larger thing, and it's like, who cares? Just watch the movie. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then don't like it.
Oh yeah, no. This is what I was gonna say. The problem is like they just keep getting bad reviews and overly bad reviews, and I think this movie. The reason I was so angry at it is because it just opened itself up to the bad reviews, and that pissed me off. And I forgot to just think, how much am I enjoying this? Not worrying about how much is everybody else enjoying it.
That's all.
That's what I was looking at in the cinema. Because of my online relationship with Twitter and all of this kind of stuff, I'm like, oh fuck! I know they're just gonna crucify this movie just for this stuff.
I could agree with you, J-Man, with the like what's coming next and stuff like that. I do think I understand a lot of people like the MCU, but they do. I do think they kind of ruin people's kind of enjoyments with movie at the same time.
Yeah, I think people ruin their own look, and you guys know this. I always go with my own thing. You guys just gave me a list of movies, and I told you, yes, I love it. No, I don't. Yes, whatever.
Yeah,
and,
you're very honest.
And I'm very honest, and I'm not. Nobody aligns with me. Steven and I had an argument. He didn't like Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I really liked it. We had an argument about it at the theater. Who's sitting, waiting to go watch Transformers. Steven and I are arguing about Shazam. He's like, I didn't like it that much. Like, what? What's your problem? And we'll argue back and forth. Not nicely.
Did you like Transformers?
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought it, and I hate the other Michael Bay movies. I thought they were trash.
I thought it was good.
Little tease of the G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just saying that I've never been influenced by anything, and you could see I love Wonder Woman 84. I hate Zack Snyder's Justice League. I like Justice League. What everyone says these movies really suck and they're trash, and I still say I like them because that's just I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie and pretend. I still like Spider-Man 3. I walked out of Spider-Man 3. I'm like, I don't like the Uncle Ben death with Sam, and that's crap. Venom was wasted. But otherwise, it's a pretty cool movie.
I guess the thing is that it's nice to watch something like a film that you enjoy or a character you enjoy and have everyone embrace it and love it.
It is fun.
And so, therefore, it's a bad habit of mine.
Break the habit.
That I watch these movies with this kind of eye on, like, I hope everyone loves it. And don't give them a reason. As I said, it's like, when you know that you're discriminated against, the discriminators are the ones that are, they're the ones that are at fault. But if you know you're discriminated against, don't open something up to like easily get all of the criticism and easily get all of the, so that was my kind of issue. And I think I kind of attacked the movie more than I should have on the basis of that. Arkham, sorry.
I know it's fine. Like, I kind of wish that like it was kind of like I love the Flash. Like, I really liked it, but I do kind of wish people don't expect like with a movie, you're never gonna expect a sequel in general. Like, like you don't know if it's gonna do good or not. But like, I do think that is a problem for a lot of people. I think nowadays they expect a sequel.
I think. Look, I'm a product.
About that.
Okay, Andrew, go ahead.
The whole thing about like people only going to see movies future sequels, I blame the MCU for that because ever since that universe started, it's been nothing but what's coming next? What's coming next? That's why I blame the MCU for people always wanting.
I also blame the people themselves. I also blame the people themselves. I'm a product. Yeah. I'm a product of a different time. When I was watching and reading comic book movies and reading comics and playing role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons and Marvel role-playing game, these things were considered taboo, nerdy, and countercultures. Like, this is not normal. These are all lucky to have one. I was yeah. And the thing what taught me there is that it's different. When I came home and I saw the people at school and I'm reading comic books, they're like, oh, this guy's a loser. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? Screw you. I like what I like. I don't care what you like. And even coming home, literally, I would write fantasy stories. I would draw fantasy pictures. I've got a whole shit ton of them back. And my aunt would be like, why are you drawing this? It's for stupid crap. I would have people come over. And the other thing too is like, when I was younger, I'm from a Croatian family, and they're very family oriented. Let's go visit different families. So we'd all go visit, and they'd be like, "Oh, Jason, you like this stuff? It's stupid." And I would have to defend comics, and I would have to defend, whatever, with all these people, and everything that I liked was seen as stupid and crap by everyone else. So when your whole childhood is everyone thinking you suck, and then you find a couple of friends that like what you like, you become tight. And what happened? My friends, I have a friend. From junior kindergarten, who's still my friend today. We still play D&D twice a month, and I talk to him all the time. from kindergarten. And most of my friends are at least 30 years old. My newest friend is Steven, who's 23 years my friend now. That's my newest friend, if I don't count the friends in the chat. But I'm talking about people who come over and stuff. So, so when someone says to me, it's like I came out, I was like, wow, I love Wonder Woman. This is great. It's fucking trash. You're an idiot. Okay. It's zero. It means nothing to me. I'm like, okay. It's like, bye. Like, everyone thinks that my whole life, everything what I like, everyone thought it was shit. They didn't think, oh, it was nerdy. They thought it was shit and garbage, and I was stupid for liking it. Do you think I would be? And I wore
you
the
grew
same
up in
shit.
a harsh reality. I don't know.
Harsh realities, boys. Not this. Everyone.
I know that people didn't know much about comic books, and
right?
stuff like
and they're
that,
making fun of it.
Niche, but nobody got at me for reading them.
So 20 years ago, hold on. 20 years ago, I was at a job, and this guy came up to me, and he's like, "Oh, you going anywhere tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the comic shop." He's like, "Comic shops again? I got to buy some Superman comics and Batman." He's like, "Do they still make comic books?" This was 20 years ago. This isn't 100 years ago. I'm like, "Yeah, they make comics." I was like, "What are you asking me?" I'm confused. He's like, "What? They make comic books? Like Superman comic books that you read?" I'm like, "Yeah." And people in the office were like, "What? You could read comic books?" I'm like, "Hold on." I said, are we joking around? I can't tell if you're joking. I'm like, this is like, they're all adults. These are all, at that time they were like, 55 years old, let's say, everybody. And they're like, "They make comic books? Like, where you read Superman?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I've got some right here in my desk drawer. Like, look." They're like, "What?" They did not, they're stunned. He's like, "So wait, they come out every week?" I'm like, "Yeah, Action Comics is on like 980 or something or whatever they were, or 800 issues." Like, what? They're just like, "I thought they just make movies and video games." Like, no, they still write comic books. And so this is not something that people were like, now everyone knows this stuff. So now it's very easy. They all come in. It's like, yeah, everyone's wearing a Superman shirt or a Spider-Man shirt. When I was young, I'm the only one wearing it, except for a couple of my friends. And people were like, "This guy's wearing a Superman shirt. What a loser." And I'm like, I don't care. And I don't want to, I'm not promoting bullying, but because of this, I've got a tough skin. We literally had, Nerdman, you weren't here. There was about 17 people in the chat, and everyone is saying this Flash movie is trash, and I'm fighting them all. It doesn't matter to me. If I love it, I love it. I don't think it matters to me.
It doesn't matter to me in the way you think it matters. It doesn't.
Right.
Like, it's kind of lame, like, oh yeah, wish people liked Shazam. I think he's a really cool character. I really want to see stories that I know that are really good, like see them, in live action. So there's a little bit of disappointment there, but it's not like I'm personally
I got you. Obviously, you're not hurt by
it. So my thing is, like, I grew up in a time when it was just lucky to even have a comic book movie. I wasn't bullied for it or anything like that. And a lot of kids were into superheroes because kids are into superheroes. But maybe they weren't into reading the comics. They were maybe into the stickers or a cartoon or something. I actually read the comics. And so, it was just like, if you got one Blade movie or something like that,
you're like, wow.
So we're living in the best time,
right?
The comic book nerd, and everyone is just like hating on the movies for some reason or another. And I see people even hating on MCU movies nowadays. I feel like I started something.
I'm not even pissed off.
Really think you caused it?
Because unfortunately, I genuinely think some of the MCU movies recently have been some of their best. So I don't,
Name one.
Name one.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That was very good.
Was one of their best ones. There was another one I
like Doctor Strange 2 a lot. I like Doctor Strange 2 a lot.
I know people, for some reason, they don't like Black Widow. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I agree with J-Man. I don't like that one either.
Sure.
But that's okay. I want you to like it. See, this is the other thing. I want, like Arkham. I use you as an example. People are like, some of the people in my place are like, they hate the Batman, and Nerdman too. Arkham is just more known to me because he talks about it so much. But the Batman, A lot of people didn't like that movie. Even in my place, they're like, it's boring. Literally, there's people, again, my office is all 55-year-old. I'm the youngest one there, right? So everyone's like, oh, Batman, it was boring. Literally, they're like, it's boring. This is just a boring movie. I just really suck. So I'm like, okay, you thought it was boring. And I was like, well, and I still defend it a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, it's some boring, but it's kind of cool. They did some really cool stuff. And I tried to defend it. And I was like, hey, listen, I've got a buddy who's seen it like 35 times. Like, what? And I'm like, and I like that. I want someone to be like, I love Justice League. I love all this stuff. I want them to like it. What I don't want is for them to then come to me and say, you are stupid I don't care if they say it, but they're like, you're stupid for not liking it. It's like, first of all, you don't get to tell me anything because I outrank you. Sorry, I'm going to pull rank on this one. I've been around a lot longer. You watched 3 movies and you're the expert? No. But it doesn't matter to me. I want you to like it. And I never get mad. And ever since I've been starting, even I go on other people's channels, I never make fun of someone for liking it. And here's the thing. I never make fun of someone for liking it, something that I don't like, but I get made fun of for something that I don't like or like. It doesn't bother me, but just think about that for a second. Why am I not doing it? I'm not saying, oh, you're an idiot for liking it. I think Zack Snyder's Justice League is a trash movie and people love it. And I don't say I think you're an idiot for liking it. I'm like, okay, well, you like it. That's great. Cool. Awesome.
I feel like people make it like a two-way street.
They won't, right? They'll hit me, but I don't hit them back.
I mean,
I'm okay with it. I still bought it on 4K.
To the Spider-Man fan that I hate the Tom Holland movie.
I did get the popcorn stuff thing. Remember the popcorn thing with the Batman? I have that.
Yeah. No, the Batman, I've seen it a few times. I bought the soundtrack, bought all the toys, I bought the art book. I got the making of book. I don't know if you bought that Arkham the art book. It's very nice. It's a nice book.
I have like here's the funny thing. I have 2 of that. Like
why? So you could read it twice?
No, I bought it.
You could read the same one a second time over. You don't need to buy another book to read it a second time.
Here's the story. I bought it one myself. Then when I had got, I think it was Christmas gift. My sister got me.
Oh, that's awesome though, because your sister knows. So that was a very thoughtful gift because she knows you love Batman. She's like, wow, this will be great. She didn't know that you love Batman so much that you already bought it. You know how many, like literally this happens to me all the time because people now they're like, oh, Jay likes this kind of stuff. So they'll buy me stuff. So literally I have a standing thing for gifts. This is funny. I'm a weird person. Everybody I know, I'm like, please do not buy me any gifts. And I'm like, I said, I don't want any. I know it's thoughtful. You're going to buy me something and I'm already going to have it. Literally, my buddy bought me 2001 Space Odyssey on 4K. That's my second favorite movie of all time. My second favorite movie of all time. I own it in every version. Just today we were talking. He's like, I said, you're so nice. This was a very expensive 4K because it was a bit harder to get. I was like, this is really nice of you. I was like, I already have it. And he's like, oh man. I was like, dude, I feel so bad, but I'm gonna have 100 copies. My mom will do. She's like, she'll buy me stuff. I'm like, man. I was like, if you really want to buy me something, I can give you a list, I guess, of things.
Maybe
I don't know.
Like,
why not just buy you that'll be a new record
comic, right? Like a comic.
Yeah, like something, or give me a gift certificate to the comic shop. My comic shop. So, like they do gifts. My comic shop does gift certificates. They're a pretty big shop, so they'll do gift certificates. I was like, that's perfect. Like somebody bought me a movie card for a movie. So like, oh, that's perfect because then I just. Every time I go see a movie, and I see a movie a month, like I'm seeing that shit Indiana Jones movie coming up whenever. So it's like,
hold on, why do you keep calling it shit?
Oh, because it is. I'm only calling it shit because it. Well, I can get. I have a very. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be shit.
What was the reason that people didn't like the Flash movie? That they were
I'll give you a
giving
few reasons.
comments?
1, the CGI. 2, Ezra Miller, and 3, the cameos.
Yeah, I feel like the CGI is across the board. Nobody's on board with it. I read the director's thing saying that in the Speed Force, but I said, but you know what? It's not distorted enough. Like if you're going to distort them, like remember in Multiverse of Madness where they're going through, it's like, whoa, it's like, but that would look too weird. It would pull people out of because he's trying to save people in the Speed Force, so it would look a little bit too weird. But then they didn't do it weird enough. But it looked just the CGI was bad. I don't know what to tell you. So that's a legit complaint.
Yeah, and I was thinking back, like with the distorted slow mo and stuff like that. Think back to Dread. If you've ever
that was done beautifully.
You could you could have done it like that,
That was beautiful.
It would have been perfect.
Yep. I think that movie's a masterpiece, by the way.
I absolutely agree with that. The thing I can't get my head around, unless you just have a problem with Ezra Miller, is saying the first half of this movie is boring.
I don't agree that it's boring at all.
There's nothing. It moves quite, well, I think. And then what was the other thing? You said the cameos?
Yes.
The cameos at the end. I think the only thing bad about them is the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI.
But then also,
people wanted more.
Did you hear what he dropped, dude?
People wanted Grant Gustin.
Did you hear what this guy dropped out of the cameos?
What?
I know. I saw the list, and you were very upset. But look, again, you can't make it half. I mean, it'll put it half an hour of cameo. Like I want to see everybody.
It's like a giant checklist.
No.
When I make the Flash movie, I'll
you do not take out Linda Carter,
I know,
Cesar Romero, and fucking what's his name?
Marlon
Brando, especially.
I'm gonna look at it as half full. I'm gonna look at it as we got a lot of cool cameos.
He needs to do a cut where he just puts all of them back in. Movie isn't gonna make any money anyway, so don't worry about people.
Hell, give us a Christian Bale cameo.
The seats or whatever.
Right.
Like just put that cut out, like in the cinema.
I did hear there was a 4-hour
cut. A few more people just coming just to see that, to see the cut with the Marlon Brando. How is that? Like, how long were those cameos?
They're
like 30 seconds.
They were seconds long. You had to cut that for what?
Right.
You couldn't have cut any, like when he's running around with the Flash, like running around trying to, which was really funny, by the way. He's lost his powers, right. And he thinks he can still run, really fast, and he's running around and he's doing the Flash run. Well,
right.
his
that was funny.
His run that everyone makes fun out of, which was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
A couple of seconds out of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
literally, people laughed a lot.
Oh
no, I know.
Yeah, a lot of people laughed at that in my theater too.
I just thought something. What if they could include this, like when he's like traveling through all the different moments in his life? You see Ezra see one particular one. He pokes his head in, and it's when he meets the Grant Gustin Flash from the Crisis.
I liked the facing
exactly.
where they're facing through the door and you see the molecules. That
was cool.
That was
cool.
pretty.
I think it could have been done a little bit better, but it was cool. It was really cool. Like him phasing through, and then you see from his eye coming out. I thought that they could have synced it up a little bit better, but it was really cool.
Yeah,
I heard that. I did not see Spider-Verse, but I heard that the dialogue was a bit soft compared to the background music. Did anyone find that as a problem?
Not me, no. Not me.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
What do you mean soft?
So that it was difficult to hear the dialogue over the other channels. It could be a theater thing where you have to align everything. I mean, if anyone has surround sound at home, you got to align your speakers depending on the where they're located. Like you actually have to.
That might be certain theaters, but it really didn't happen at my theater.
See, my theater, when I saw Quantumania, which I did not like, but I rewatched it again at home because I bought it because I buy everything. When I saw it originally, it was so dark. I was like, well, this is shit. Like, why is it so garbage? And I thought my theater sometimes is weird. Like they won't align it properly, or there's filters. I actually saw the guy do a filter. I saw the guy adjust because I go early. Like I'm the first person in the actual seat, right? And even though we have assigned, I don't know how it is for you guys. We buy a seat. You don't just sit where you want. You buy your seat, right?
Yeah, like assigned seats.
Like assigned seats. So but I'm there early, and I see the guy setting up, and the guy's like putting the filters on. I was like, "Whoa, you just shaded it." I'm like, "You just darkened this." I'm like, "This movie looks dark." Then I watched at home, I'm like, it's perfectly clear. Like, so I don't know. Sometimes it's weird with these theaters. It's all the projectionists too, right? So I don't know, but people were complaining that the dialogue sounded a bit soft. People were also complaining. I don't know if you guys liked Tenet, which is the Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, that was a problem, definitely. I did like Tenet, but that was definitely.
I actually love that movie, but I didn't see it in the theater because Steve saw it and he said the audio was bad. So I watched at home and it was fine. But again, my settings at home is my center channel is way cranked way up to the fullest. Then and the sides are cranked, and then the backs are a lit's bit lower and the subwoofer's there. So like I could hear everything clear. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they fixed it for 4K or if that's just my setup.
No.
When you saw the Flash, did you get a
it was
poster?
really like in the
I got a
theater,
book
like
when I
whenever
came
there
on my
was
screen.
something
You got a
loud
book?
going on.
Yeah, it was during the fan screening.
Yeah,
whenever
I got a poster and.
Sorry, what are we talking about? We got two conversations. What are you guys talking about?
No, I was asking what did you get when you when I see Flash, because some people got posters, some people.
I'll print out my own poster if I want it. Anyways, I can print out what I
I'll
want.
show you what I got. I got a poster. I want to show you.
Oh, show it to me.
Cool. Yeah. In the meantime,
Yeah.
And I also got one of those limited edition buckets. I got that too.
Okay,
I
hold on a
got-
second. Okay, let's see the bucket.
Okay. Oh, something's going on with my camera.
It looks a little
Whoa,
weird.
you look like the movie Conquest, which is one of my favorite movies. It's
Yeah.
also 40 years old today. I'm going to give the Conquest energy arrow shot.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have to fix this. Something's going
Go
on.
ahead. Okay, hold on. Let Nerdman want to. I got to wrap this stream up in a couple of minutes. So Nerdman, say what you wanted to say.
I can't remember Arkham.
Let's look at Poison Ivy then while we're waiting.
Something's going on with my camera. I have to fix it.
I think I was just gonna say.
We can watch Steven Seagal
I
dance.
think Andy Muschietti has some really bad instincts when it comes to.
Instincts.
Even though the film is generally speaking good, it should be better. And he has some really, really bad instincts when it comes to. There was one other thing that he did apart from these cameos that he said. That was it. He said that he didn't want Grant Gustin in the Flash movie because he wanted the emphasis on the Flash to be on Ezra Miller. He didn't want.
Well, he's not even gonna overshadow him.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me, buddy?
Yeah,
Well,
it has to be
I mean,
celebrating Flash. Like we should have seen John Wesley Shipp and Grant
Exactly.
Gustin.
We should, even if you don't want to do Grant Gustin, why wasn't John Wesley Shipp in there? Like,
Right. That's
Yeah, the
crazy.
1990 Flash.
Yeah.
I just really like. There's part of me that's like, yeah, you made a funny, really good, movie for the most part, but you really handicapped yourself, with certain decisions you made on how things looked, and the cameos, and because I was underwhelmed by the cameos the first time I saw it. I was like, dude, I thought they said there was going to be all sorts of shocks and surprises.
There
was
were.
one surprise.
Nicholas
No,
Cage
there was
was
one
a shock.
surprise. What was surprising for you in the cameos? What did you? didn't you
That we
expect?
got Nicholas Cage, Superman coming in reality.
Well, that's the one I said was the one surprise.
I like seeing Christopher Reeve and George Reeves.
Christopher Reeves and George Reeves were not a surprise for me.
Oh, my theater.
They were for
clapped when they
they were for Steven and the other fellow I mentioned. I knew about some of them before. Like Sean is my spoiler. So as we're walking in, Sean told me all the cameos. I was like, okay, well that's the end of that. I didn't know the George Clooney one, and I like George Clooney, so I don't care.
Alright,
So I
fair
was like,
enough.
oh, that's fun.
I
But
will
yeah,
say the
I like
George-
the cameos.
No,
I
I
will say
like
the
the
George Clooney one
cameos.
was
I'm just
surprising.
saying, were you surprised, like genuinely, like?
Yes, you know why?
That blows my fucking mind that they put this person in it.
Yes.
Like,
Do you know why?
I was like surprised by the one that was really. The one that was really cool,
I
as I
didn't
said,
know
was
it
the Nicolas Cage one.
Mhm.
I did like the Chris Reeves one, but like, dude, you could have done it during an action scene in, Superman 2 or something like that. Like,
Right.
take me to that, and then the Flash is running through it. That would have been shocking.
I can't stand it.
But just having hit a picture there of George Reeves, and a picture there of Chris Reeves didn't really shock me. I was just like, yeah, that's something you do. It's kind of like member berries more than.
It was supposed to be Teddy Sears from the CW Flash.
Yeah, it's Earth. It's the Professor Zoom from the
Professor,
Flash TV series.
The CW? Are you talking
CW
about
Flash? CW's
Hey,
Professor
isn't Professor
Zoom.
Zoom the name Peter on her?
Okay, well,
Yeah, but that was that Zoom guy. Okay, let's see. You have to turn your. We have to see your
You have
background.
to turn your whatever filter you have off, otherwise we
yeah,
can't see it.
now it's working.
Oh yes, that poster.
And I did like they have those limited buckets and stuff.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Yeah.
I got this, and it also.
Oh, my mom has that. My mom just got that today.
Oh, look at that!
Actually,
What?
lights up.
What?
No, what was wrong with my camera is it had some kind of fade thing on it, and it was.
It had a filter on it, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It cost $24. It's like
what?
My mom,
That's like
my mom
$50.
got that
That's
when
like
she came
$50 Canadian. Thing. Wow, that's pretty
50,
cool.
That's $50.
No, $25 would probably be like 35. So that would be too much for me.
Like I already have.
My theater gave out Marvel Ed. My theater gave these out for free.
Oh, nice.
I'm just joking. Obviously, they didn't give.
Like I already have so.
Like,
I have to be honest. I have so many popcorn tins. I have the Flash. I have the Batman freaking tin. I have.
How are you gonna eat? How are you gonna eat out of you're skinny and you work out, right? So you're never gonna eat all that popcorn.
No.
My popcorn on Transformers and this last one was so good. Oh my god, it was so yummy.
Well,
so maybe that helped me enjoy it too.
Well, my snacks I get from my theater is normally just a pretzel and M&Ms.
Ooh, I love M&Ms. I love Skittles.
I
me and Darla have some. When Darla gave the Skittles in Shazam 2, man, I love Skittles. I put Skittles in a cup, and I just take shots of Skittles. Like that's how I eat. I don't eat Skittles like this. I fill up a cup and I take shots of Skittles. That's how I eat my Skittles. I love Reese's Pieces too.
How many popcorn stuff
like
do you have?
No, for popcorn buckets, I only bought. I think I only bought one, and if I tell you who it is, everyone's going to end the stream and never come back. So I'm not going to tell you which one it was.
I won't touch you. What was it?
Think of the. Did I buy this one? I can't remember. Oh wait, you know what? Maybe I didn't buy this one. I can't remember. I have to go look. I think I bought the Captain Marvel one.
Ooh.
I was like,
here come the pre-orders.
Yeah, I bought it because I saw like everyone will hate me if I show this to people, and it actually I gotta tell you, I let you know a secret. I kind of like when everyone doesn't like what I like. It makes me feel happy. I don't know why. I was gonna buy a Wonder.
It makes you powerful.
It makes me powerful. I'm like, oh, everyone hates this. This is so fun.
Hey,
yeah, I have the Flash bucket.
Yeah.
I have the Flash bucket. I have the Batman, like the Batman popcorn thing.
Right.
I have the Spider-Gwen popcorn, and I also have the Guardians Galaxy. I have too much.
You have to stop buying these. How are you going to eat all this popcorn?
Stop buying them, man.
I eat a large popcorn on my own in the theater. That's like my.
I can't help. Like the Batman one was the first one that I've ever gotten because it was Batman. I had to get it.
The Batman, yeah, like. The Batman had some cool stuff. I bought all the toys. I like the Batmobile makes noise too. I bought like the I don't know if they're called Spin Masters. Is that what they're called? The smaller ones. And it's cool. You can put them in the car and everything.
Do you know this may be the first Batman movie or movie with Batman in it that doesn't have a Batmobile chase?
What are you talking? Oh my
yeah,
god!
Yeah,
you're right. It's all the Batwing. They opted for the.
I guess they
couldn't. We were talking about this earlier. I guess they couldn't have, because when was he going to use? Like the car would not work because Batman's role in this was to take out the ships because he can't really fight one-on-one with the Kryptonians. So
I think they could have done a flashback to Barry seeing him on the news.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
that would have been cool.
It would have been cool.
I like this change of pace where he's using Batwing instead of the Batmobile.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
the Batwing's cool, man. It's got a lot of cool. I like when that thing came out and split.
Every time he turns around,
and then nails the guys.
I know, but I just think showing the Batmobile then was kind of like, why do that?
I don't know. It was just a cool moment.
It's not a cool moment. Okay, I'm not like.
Yeah,
it is a
let's
cool
not do
moment.
this right
It is.
now.
You like the movie?
I'm
Don't
older
forget.
Barry, and you're younger Barry. Basically, that's what it is. I'm older,
The younger
cynical
Barry was
Barry,
basically
and
us, where
you're
he's like, "Is this
younger
what I think
Barry,
it is?"
Arkham.
And I'm Michael
Um,
Keaton, and Andrew can be Supergirl. I guess I don't know.
Hey,
You're the
No,
muscle.
you're Supergirl, J man.
I'm super. I'll be
Andrew's
Supergirl.
I'll be Keaton.
You can be Keaton. I'll be Supergirl. I
Supergirl
got to
was
grow my hair a
awesome
little
now
longer.
watching it again,
Going
by the
after
way.
the big one.
I was kind of underwhelmed with her at first, but now I watched it again and I was like, oh, she's really good.
Oh, you watched it
Really
2
good.
times?
Yeah, I didn't want to show this before because everyone hates Funko Pops, but I only bought 3 of these just because I didn't want to go overboard. I need to have one in every room, so it's like I love Supergirl in this. I'm a Supergirl fan, anyways.
So all I'm saying is that you wanted to see that Batmobile in action in a modern
that's
context,
true.
and it's just like it was cool to see.
You gotta go, Arkham.
I have too. No. I'm just saying I have too much in my room.
Oh, that's true. All right, well, I gotta end off because I want to get. I'm gonna go check out Clobbery's stream, who does Star Trek stuff. So I gotta go check his stream out in a few. So any last? I mean, I guess we all like so far. Looks like Arkham liked it the most. Nerdman and I are pretty close, and Andrew and I are tied. Nerdman, I think Steve gave it 7.5. I think Sean gave it like a 7.5. Sean liked it, which means that's a triumph because he hates everything, right? So if Sean liked it, that means we're not wrong. So I just asked Sean if you're right or wrong. Sean, is this actually a good movie or because I'll just like stuff randomly. Like Sean and I butt heads a lot because I'll just love something. I'm like, I love Wonder Woman 84. He's like, it's trash. I'm like, no, I love it. He's like, it's not really that good. And so I have to go to Sean to ask. It's like, is it really that good? He's like, no, it's not really that good. I'm like, okay, thanks for letting me know, but I still love it.
He doesn't like a lot of things, does he?
Because he's very critical. So it's like he's like, yeah, that's okay. This is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like for him, everything's like, yeah, it's okay. Like we always make fun of it's like Sean's review. Yeah, it's okay. Right, like that's it. So he was a bit more positive on this one. So I was like, "Wow, this must be really good." It's like basically take Sean's review and then add 2 points to it, and that's what that'll be your review of it.
I don't understand like hypercritical like people with these.
He's hypercritical, and then we just ordered the Shaw Brothers collection. I'm like, those are all like easy come from movies.
It's not a matter of dislike. I mean, I'm friends with Jaded Fanboy, and
he hates everything.
Oh yeah,
hilarious. But I'm just
I remember that. I think you made a
bro?
stream about that once.
I'm just like, that's my whole thing. And yeah, I know you're trying to wrap up, but I'm always like, what happened to you?
I will say one quick thing. When I saw that stream, apparently he called Spider-Man 2 overrated because of the train scene.
Yeah, he's I don't know.
He's something else.
Yeah.
I think he's joking, right? It's not like for real. It's like
no, he's not joking. A lot of those things are serious.
But his energy is spread out into the universe, man. I'm telling
you,
like everyone's an armchair fucking critic these days, man. Like, serious, like.
And the thing is, if you're going to be a critic, I'm going to hold you to higher standards. See, because if my wife says I like this or I didn't like it, I don't hold her to any of these like standards. Like she's like, oh, I liked it. That's it. It's as simple as that. She liked it or she didn't like it. That's it. If you start getting into this, like, oh, the tone and the cinematography and all this, it's like, okay, but then you can't start making up crap. I've got my rating system. It explains how I like stuff, how I don't like stuff. I give it points. I say I have a category for overall enjoyment, which is whatever I feel. If I really liked it, it doesn't matter to me. I still point out the flaws. I'm not saying this is a 10 out of 10. I don't just say this is a 10 out of 10 just to say it's 10 out of 10, or I say 1 out of 10 just to be an idiot. If someone says this movie's 1 or 2 out of 10, I want to know how you came up with 2 out of 10. Like, are you telling me
you put 2 out of 5 on your ranking list?
That's out of 5, not out of 10. Well, I put on the 5 to give people an option. So someone gave it 2 out of 5, which means it's below average. Homelander's better than Superman. Oh, Josh, you know you're being goofy there. I'm not.
What the hell? That was an evil
parody. What are you talking about that you totally forgot? I don't know what you meant. I totally forgot about that, Nerdman. Good point. I always like to know when I make a good point. So.
Oh, what did I say that or did who?
No, Daniel Martin said it.
Oh, Daniel Martin said good point. Oh, well, okay. What point did he? What point did he make?
Yeah, if
you're still on,
say it before he goes offline.
Yeah. So I mean, people just randomly throwing out, the Batmobile. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I could have seen it on a flashback or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what it was. No Batmobile scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is disappointing.
Yeah.
But we got Michael Keaton, which is a positive. It's like we got Michael Keaton. My point is that we got Michael Keaton in Batman, and he's great in the movie. I'm happy. The next thing is like the bonuses would be, we got a cool Batmobile scene. We got a good scene with the Batwing. We got a good scene. So it's like, don't get too wrapped up into.
I agree with that. I'm not saying the Batmobile scene, like it would have been nice to see, but the one thing I was going to say is it's funny that this is the first movie of Batman without a Batmobile scene. It's just
interesting. You're right.
Like,
yeah, it's very interesting.
Every single one has, it's like obligatory, right?
Yep, 100%. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to end it off there. All right, last point, Arkham. Go last point, real quick.
I was gonna say, like, being hypercritical. Like, I could understand some people being critical, but like Jaden now,
he hates everything. It is what it is. I'll play you a clip from one of my top 10 favorite films of all time, which is 12 Angry Men. I'll play a clip from this, which is great.
You lousy bunch of bleeding hearts. You're not going to intimidate me. I'm entitled to my opinion.
That's me. It's like you guys.
And you, yes.
And me.
One of my favorite movies of all time. Best scene. He was the best. He's my favorite villain in a movie of all time.
I 100% agree with you. I'm not sure if he's a villain. I think he's just one of the best characters because I feel that these people were all real people discussing this case. They're all great representations of humanity.
They were all wrong. That kid did it. That shit.
No way. Well, it didn't matter about that. Reasonable doubt. It was reasonable doubt, nerd man. I know this movie back to front,
bro. They came up every which way. That kid should have been in the chair, man.
Like, oh my God, he's 18 years old. That's old enough. It's like, he stabbed his own father 6 inches in his chest. They proved it a dozen different ways in court. You want me to list them for you? No. Well, what do you want? I just want to talk about. I memorized the movie, so I know all of the points.
It's so quotable, yeah.
It's so quotable. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. I thanks for the votes, man. I know a lot of people didn't like this movie. That's totally cool. If you liked it, even more awesome. Hopefully, we'll see you on Monday for Legion of Superheroes talk. I'm so excited about this. This is episode 7 now. We're going to do every appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. And it's super exciting now because we're into adventure comics and this is all Legion stuff now. So it's getting really good. Okay, guys, thanks to everybody on the panel. All of the links to all these people's channels are in my description anyway. So guys check it out. All right, guys, take it easy.
Yeah.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.